What is up, chat? How's it going? How's it going? Right before the stream started, I added a little like now playing thing. Cuz I don't even know what songs are fucking playing cuz I'm just on shuffle on the MSR website. So now I can just look at OBS. Pizza stream? Man, I fucking wish. No, I actually have work in 5 hours, so I thought it would be funny if I wore my hat. Yo, what if? Fucking what if? What if real life pizza stream? I just stream me at work. But yeah, hope y'all are doing quite good today. We'll get to some op reviews in a bit. Updates after 4 hours? Insane. I haven't even attempted the final stage, but I did beat this stage. Or no, did I stream this stage? No, I didn't. I didn't stream like half of these stages, did I? No, I streamed this stage. I did this stage on my own. This stage was really easy. This stage was actually really hard. I don't know if it still has my clear. It doesn't. That sucks. This stage was actually like kind of hard because they just, not this one. Because they just spam you with these like hyper buffed gorilla shield guards. And so if you just have to find a way to fucking do this. And so I kind of needed to use one of the buffs. I'm sorry, chat. I cheated. I used a buff. Like the new buff that gives operators plus 60 defense and plus 2 block. What's funny about this stage is that I'm like, oh, this is like the perfect stage for like a splash caster. And so I was using like lava to try and get the overlapping DPS because it's like perfect for lava. But then, you know, I'm like, it doesn't like, I can't really use Santala. Gray slowing doesn't really help. Like Santala's range doesn't work well here. And so I eventually was just like, you know what? Let's try caster Amiya S2. And that worked. Just kind of funny. Also, I put like quartz or like wind chimes over here without a medic, and it was crazy. But yeah, this was an interesting stage. I wish I could show you what I used to clear it, but it doesn't save. Oh well. Oh well. I mean, it doesn't matter. I got the gray skin anyways. Who cares? Who cares? Who fucking cares, chat? Who cares? Speaking of Santala, I've kind of... Like, she's awesome. Like, Santala is legitimately, like, such an awesome, like, splash caster. And I'm in the process of M3ing, or M2ing, but I will eventually M3 her S2. And, like, just recently, I've just found myself using Santala a lot. And I'm like, wow, she's really good. Because a lot of people have like complained about Santala that like, oh, her S2 is like fully RNG, and it's like not really. If you like statistically, the thing like her S2 is really easy to control because she's a splash caster. Like if I can pull her up right now. Because I used her recently on like a pretty hard stage clear. Where is she? Because with her S2's like extra range, you know, and it's wherever the icicles land is complete random. However, because she's a splash caster, each of those icicles will do splash damage. And so if you take each of these... If you take, like, every single tile and you were to, like, overlap her splash damage, you'll notice that basically every single tile overlaps with these 2 tiles right in front of her. It's basically just that. So if you can control, if the target that you're trying to hit is these 2 right here. Because, yeah, if your enemy is, like, right next to Santala or it's, like, all the way off in the corner, yeah, RNG is going to suck. As long as you can get the enemy within these 2 tiles right here, you're guaranteed to do damage. Just get lucky with S2. No, I'm explaining to you how her S2 is not RNG. People who say that it's RNG have a skill issue. Because all of her icicles deal splash damage. And where is it in the skill where all of the splash damage overlaps? Oh, it's right in front of her. As long as the enemy is in these 2 tiles right here, you're guaranteed to do an absolute shit ton of damage and perma-freeze him. And then you're fine. What's up, AV? Boom, the chat. Santala is amazing. I didn't build her because people called her weak. Yeah, it's, again, the people calling her weak don't know how to use their brain. And they don't understand that as long as the enemy's in these 2 fucking tiles, you're guaranteed to perma-freeze them. It's people who just expect the skill to do exactly what it says without having to think about what the skill actually does. Nah, Santala is really, really good. And yeah, she works really well with other, like, freeze synergies. Because you don't need to hit that, like, double hit in order to freeze something. You work with, like, Kiara or Aurora. Aurora really good, because then you're really hammering in on Aurora's, like, extra damage. No Santala skin? No. Nah. I think it's currently up, but... I own it? When did I get this? What? I didn't buy this. Why do I have this? I mean, I kind of prefer her normal skin. Why do I have this? It's from IS4. Okay. Well, I prefer her normal skin. I didn't even realize I owned it. It's funny. No, I just prefer her normal look. Because, like, why is my operator who's inflicting cold damage in a summer outfit? That doesn't make any sense. She will get cold. She should be in a cold outfit to protect her from the cold. That makes no sense. Nah, Santala is so much fucking fun. What about Vulpus Fogli? I got her recently. Well, I don't have Vulpus Fogli. I think I do, but it's not built. What do you think about Beeswax? Beeswax is the perfect phalanx caster because she doesn't need to. She sits there and she tanks damage and she heals herself. That's all you need. Yeah, because I legitimately, I have been stuck on this stage for like a year and a half. I've had my attempts on and off this stage, like, a ton. And I finally beat it, like, a few days ago. Because of Santala. Oh, man. And so she cooks. She absolutely cooks. So it's like, no, she is such a great operator. But yeah, this stage took me fucking forever. Literal years. So on Duracell because every tutorial I see as Executor Alter and shit. Why do you need a tutorial? Just play the stage. Just play the stage. What did I do for Duracell? That's your problem. The fact that you're relying on a tutorial to beat him. That's the problem. What did I do? I used Hoder. Okay, fuck, wait. God damn it. I probably used Okay, I don't even know what my original clear was. God damn it. Alright. Been stuck for 3 days. 3 days? That's it? You've only been stuck on it for 3 days? My brother, I've been stuck on 1616 since it came out. I've been stuck. I was stuck on H9 5 for literal like a year and a half. Like it took me a year, like almost over a year to beat the stage. People get stuck on stages. Yeah, that's what makes the game fun. When you have a struggle and you overcome that struggle through your own means, and then you can feel satisfied with your own solution to those problems. Yes. It's like this, the fact that I'm telling you this right now shows you how proud I am of this clear. I'm trying to beat it with only passenger as a 6-star. Then you're still taking the easy way out. You can beat that stage without 6 stars. Like, you can do it, it's fine. I don't like to struggle on my free time. Then why are you playing the game? What other reason do you play games other than to engage with the game? That's what makes the game fun. Oh, you guys can't see it. Lapland, which should be fucking obvious. Gambling. Then go to a fucking casino. Also, that's a dumb reason to play a video game. Get a problem with Cocaine Bear boss. The boss is a counter to Crusher. Okay, that stage was pretty easy. Obviously for me it was very much difficult because I cannot just stick a Crusher on it. But you can also just stick cement on it, so it doesn't fucking matter. What was my clear? I think Ak. I used Ak. No, this is what I used. Ambriel, obviously. Tachanka? What did I use Tachanka for? Okay. Just a quick question. In your Swire Ultra video, at the end you mentioned Swire Ultra is push. Can you elaborate on what you mean by that? That she's stronger than balanced operators. Which is fine. Because balanced operators are 4 and 5 stars. Every single 6-star in the game is strong. The weakest 6 stars are balanced. Those are operators like Exusii, Passenger, what's another case? Chen's balanced, Angelina. Like, there's a lot of cases of 6 stars that are just balanced. They're not that insanely strong. They're on par with 4 and 5 stars. Eunectes is balanced. Would I say? I don't know. I haven't used her too much. I don't know if she's balanced or pushed. But there is not a single 6-star in the game that is bad. Any 6-star that is on par with 4 and 5-star power level, or not 4-star, 5-star power level is balanced. Any 6-star that is above that is pushed. The main reason why I said in that video that she is pushed is because I am perfectly fine with Swire being really strong as she is, because she is fun and interesting to use. That's the point that I was trying to make. There's a lot of downsides to Eunectes, so I guess. Is that downside that she only has 1 block? I want to know if that's what you believe. Even though there is a 5-star called Karen and a combo called Karen and Grace Bear. Okay, you can't use Grace Bear with fucking Karen. Like, that's so difficult to actually pull off. Also, yes, when you take 2 operators that are balanced and you synergize them, and you understand the synergy, it works. Crazy. No, her killing stuff too fast and being unable to charge skills. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, my operator kills things too fast. Oh no. Just use her S1. I don't know if I should build Eunectes. Maybe. It's like, if she can't charge her skills, use her S1. If you're relying on her S3, you're cringe. Because her S3 isn't a fucking duelist skill. And if anything, like, works against what she wants to do a lot of the time. Alright. I think it's time we do some operator reviews, because isn't that why all you hear? Anyone have any operators you want me to epically... Actually, no. Wait. I have an idea. Hold up. I have an idea. Are the new operators available? Can we talk about Angelina finally? Am here for gotcha. Poll. Well, I can't do a poll because there's like infinite operators in the game. Can I talk about... Ugh, I'm burping. Ugh, I drink the soda and now I'm dying. Can we talk about orange? Orange. Till the fields become orange. What the fuck's the event called? Here we go. Are there full kits out? Please, please, please. Yes, okay. We can talk about the new operators. Oh. Jessica 4-star. You want me to review Jessica? The thing, okay, like, there's not much to fucking say about, like, the 4 stars. I have wanted to make a stream about, I have wanted to make a stream about 4 stars, but I don't know if that'd be that interesting. Oh, I gotta open it. Damn it. I think I already did review Jessica Alter. But, let me pull something up real quick. Man, this song goes hard. Chat, what's your favorite Arknights song? And why is it Stainless Heart? Okay, for real though, what is your guys' favorite Arknights song? Oh, no, not Window. No, Window does work, yeah. There we go. There we go. Okay, I gotta fix it a little bit. But I listened to Lavos' advice and I got a tier list. So we have a little tier list thing. Which, it's not really a tier list, it's more just... I gotta crop it real quick, so give me a second. Cause the GIMP crop thing is kind of stupid. And I have to manually input. What is this tier? It's not a tier list. This is just a way for me to organize my rankings, because I think some people care. Come on. Come on. So this is just a way for me to organize my rankings. I'm not gonna, like, release it, because I think this would be a horrible way to, like, if you just give someone this list without any other information, they will be so confused as to what anything fucking means. So I do have a little list that we can use to rate our operators, which I think will be fun. Because once I add a tier list to the stream, now everyone's excited. I got Jessica Alter as off-banner, but I don't know if she's good. Well, what do you mean by good? It depends what you want. Depends what you want. Yeah. What's up, Samosha? So yeah, we're just gonna... Wait, where'd it go? Wait, did I... It's because I closed it. Okay, whatever. So yeah, I'm just gonna do that there so you guys can argue over it, even though it's objective. I got Unectes from recruitment. My account is bricked. How is that? What do you mean? What do you mean? Why does my chat hate Unectes? Man. Am I one of, like, the only Unectes defenders? I mean, Alright, so you guys want to talk about Angelina the Mellow Wish? Because I don't know what the fuck she does. I know she's a Sky Ranger. That's it. Apparently you guys think she's Wishadel too, so we'll see. Okay, actually, before we go into this, what do you guys think the rating should be? I assume you guys know the plus-minus rating system already. Before we get into this, I want to see your guys' I want to see what your guys' like predictions are. What do you guys think that Angelina is going to be? Tier list gem? We are, yes. So where do you guys think we're going to put Angelina? -5. Oh, wow. +2 or 1. Okay. Damn. Kind of a bop, though. Kind of a bop, though. forgot what she's called. I'm calling her Angelina the Altar. Okay, she's very small now. You guys can't even fucking see that. Okay. Alright, let's see what she does. And let's see if I would get pissed or not. Alright. Alright. First talent. Attacks deal an additional 30% of her attack arts damage. Just passively. Just passively. Okay. Okay. Increase to 45% of attack when attacking enemies with 3 or less weight. When taken off, enemies in range are inflicted with weightless. just passively. I just get to do more damage. Okay, and then attacking. Okay, so she cares about weight. That's something that this is kind of establishing. If you actually saw our showcase, you give her -5. We'll see. We'll see. Takeoff. While in takeoff, enemies in range are inflicted with weightless. Like that's fine. That's kind of interesting. This would be fine if, like, I feel like this should be like 3 or less weight is like most enemies. Although weirdly enough, it does like prevent you from like it does like you can't use it against like bosses, which I think is kind of interesting. So it just makes her only good against like peons, but does like a bunch more damage against peons. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna give this a 0 for now. Like, this is kind of interesting. I just hate that it's free damage. Like, it's literally just, as long as she's on the battlefield, she just does more damage for free. Like what the fuck? Why can't it be, like, deals 30% of her attack arts damage against aerial targets or something? Like, there's no condition. She just does this. And it's not like blue poison where the whole idea is, like, it's just for DOT, not really for damage. Like, this is just like, nah, I do 30% more damage in a damage type that's, like, harder to reduce. Like... Okay. Alright, when deployed, all allied units in takeoff gain 18% more attack and recover 10% at 10% of HP every second when blocking. What the fuck? 10% of their HP every second? They're immortal. That's so high. What the fuck? I'm gonna move this over. There we go. That's so high. 10%? Jesus. Okay, I guess all your... it's funny, though, because this mainly means her. This doesn't mean anyone else. You're not fucking using this with Taraxacum. You're not using this with Contrail. You're using it for her. Like, so she is immortal while she's in the air, basically. But at the same time, they fly, so they're already kind of immortal, too. Yeah, that Jesus Christ. Like, I get it. I will say this is like it's a way to reference her original form's like weird healing form. And it does fit the subclass better. It's the numbers are just way too high. Like this is the thing is though is that it is very parasitic because of how just kind of stupid like taking off is and how like small of a reach you have. Like who does this realistically heal outside of Angelina? You know what I mean? It's like, you're not healing Skybox because he shouldn't be blocking things. You're not healing Taraxacum because he's not blocking things. You're not... I don't even, like... Cal might block things. And if you're using Angelina, you're probably not using Contrail or Tippy. So it's like... I don't know. There's just kind of feel like a self-heal, if anything. I mean, okay. Like, this basically just says when she's taken off, she gains 18% more attack and heals... it's not offensive. I'm not offended by this. This isn't like absurd. It's like this is a proper reference to her original form. It's the thing is though is that that's not why. Okay, the thing is that like you're already dealing with the weightless thing, which is more Angelina's original identity as an operator, and you're kind of referencing her other talent. So it's like, yeah, I mean, I'm not complaining. As an alter, this is a pretty cool way of referencing it and then adapting it for the subclass. What's up, Toast? We're reviewing the new CN operators. Reviewing Angelina the Mellowish. And chat doesn't really like her. Is this in Enfield or Arknights? Looking at her art, looking at her art, I couldn't fucking tell you. Like, oh fuck. Actually, I'll move the tier list over here. Oh no, that's gonna block chat. I don't even know anymore. Yeah, looking at... This is just Gilberta. Yeah, we got Gilberta Alter before... Insane. So, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna give it a 0, because, again, neither, like... Neither of these give her... They reference her original form, but they don't really give Angelina interesting, like, gameplay. Like, all this really says to me is she does free damage, and then against peons, she does even more damage. And then the weightless thing, which I know synergize with her other abilities. And this is just a nothing burger sandwich. Like, okay. Like, I think Contrail also has, like, a talent that gives her, like, attack while she's in the air. She does, like, 10% more damage while she's in the air. So it's like, okay, fine. This is too strong. Like, 10% HP per second. It's only when blocking. So it's, like, against ranged aerial targets, it doesn't matter. I don't know. Like, 0 for both of these, because it's just kind of nothing burger. After deployment, immediately takes off. Attack plus 135%. Attacks 2 enemies at once. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Let's compare this to Contrail's S1. Let us compare this to Contrail's S1, because Tippy does not have this. Okay, so Contrail takes off, range expands, attack plus 80%, gains 60% physical dodge for 40 seconds. After deployment, melee takes off, attack plus 135%, attacks 2 enemies in 60. So the only thing, Angelina has better uptime. Okay, this says 55 seconds, but it goes up to 60 at M3, which is crazy. A whole fucking minute. So this is just, like, fucking strictly better. Now, Contrail does have, like, the extra dodge, but to be honest, because of Angelina's, like, self-heal, that doesn't really fucking matter, does it? Like, this is just Contrail's S1, but better. That's it. I mean... Yeah. I don't know. But no range increase? Oh, that is true. Oh, that is true. She doesn't have a range increase. Albeit Contrail's range increase is very negligible a lot of the time. Like the 2 side things, I don't really think I really care. Usually if I want the range increase, I'm mainly using for her S2, but... I mean, this isn't that bad. 60 seconds is a lot, but at the same time, that can also be a downside, so I don't know. I mean, yeah. I'm fine with this. This isn't that bad. I'll give it a +1. It's boring, but, like, it works on Contrail. Like... Yeah, there are upsides and downsides for it compared to Contrail. Like, this is more offensive than Contrail's S1, but Contrail's is more defensive. And has, like, the range expansion. So, like, I don't, like... Compared to Contrail, it's not that bad. Obviously, it's gonna be a lot stronger because she's a 6-star, but, like, I don't know. This doesn't offend me that much. I'll give this a +1. Customized gravity. Alright. I think I remember this skill being kind of cool. I think so. Attack range expands. Holy artilleryman. Holy fuck! Glides forward, causing ground enemies within attack range to levitate for 12 seconds, and flying enemies to come ground. Yeah, okay. This is what was 22 seconds. Levitate for 12 seconds! 12 seconds? Afterwards, attack interval shortens. Attack plus 165%. Attacks deal arts damage and attacks 5 enemies at once. No! Fuck! This was so cool! God damn it, I thought this... Wait, okay. Glides forward, causing ground enemies to be levitated for 12 seconds. That's cool. And then flying enemies become grounded for 22 seconds. That's the full duration of her skill. That's also cool. And then she kills everything instantaneously, so none of it fucking matters. Fuck. God damn it. Fuck. This was so close to being so cool. And it changes to arts damage because fuck me. Okay, really? So, okay, she does arts damage and then does, like, even more arts damage. Pack it up, it's over. This was so cool. I would have loved this. I would have loved this if this shit was more in check. Why does her attack interval go down? Why does that need to happen? On top of, like, this skill would have been so cool. This would have been so cool if this was balanced. What the fuck? This would have been so much fun! But it doesn't matter. It was fun while it lasted. She was doing so good, and then she just completely ruined it. God damn it. Ah, fuck. What is this bullshit? This is the skill I like. I thought this would have been cool. This could have been really cool, but then it's just like, actually, then she murders everything. So none of what she did mattered. You're asking us like we made it. Is this like Opiana's skill 3 case? No, the thing is that Opiana's skill 3, it's fine for him to do a bajillion damage because he's a crusher. That's why you use crushers. The thing is that this is a case where the utility that this skill would provide is so cool. Like, yeah, imagine you levitate a bunch of enemies for 12 seconds. That would be so cool. You levitate this massive range of enemies for 12 seconds. And then all of the aerial enemies are grounded for 22 seconds. You could do some cool shit with that. It's like, oh yeah, I ground this aerial enemy, and then holy fuck, we're getting bots anyways, god damn it. Getting bots in Twitch chat already. And like you can ground like imagine like you ground what's her name? Mandragora, and then you just start hitting her. Like that would be so cool. But like none of that matters because she's gonna kill the thing anyways. You know what I mean? It's like this is such a cool concept, but none of it matters because she kills everything anyways. It's the same thing with like Exusiai the New Covenant's S3, where it's like ignoring the fact that it's not a fucking geek skill. Like it's such a cool concept, but it doesn't matter. Because she ends up murdering everything anyways. So the entire so all of the fun, cool gameplay you could get out of this skill is restricted to like high ascension IS, high risk contingency contract, like the incredibly difficult optional gameplay. And that just sucks. It just really sucks. Yeah, the gimmick is irrelevant because you're just gonna murder everything anyways. That sucks so much because there are so many 6 stars like that. They have like they attach a gimmick to their skills and then they just overshadow that with absurd amounts of damage. And very rarely do you actually use the skill for the gimmick. I told you it's a -5. Because yeah, like this kind of skill is so common amongst modern 6 stars where they provide with a gimmick and then they completely overshadow the gimmick with damage, so there's no point to the gimmick. So I think, like, this right here is a very easy +1, if not a +2. But then this ruins it. I think this is going to be a -1 overall. Okay, thoughts of citrus. Okay, please. Okay, this skill's probably going to be fucking slop. There's no way. Immediately takes off. Wait, she doesn't take off in her S2. She doesn't take off in her S2. She doesn't even fly in her S2. Her S2 doesn't even fucking fly! Now, Now, I know this... Okay, this might be a controversial take, even though that's all I ever give. I don't think it's that bad, because the whole idea of levitating is that you no longer hit ground targets and you can hit aerial targets. And so what her skill does is that instead of her taking off, she makes everything else take off, so that the interactions are technically the same. So the fact this doesn't take off is kind of funny, but at the same time, it also doesn't really break the subclass, because instead of her taking off, everything else takes off. And that ends up making the interactions the same anyways. So I don't actually have a problem with this not taking off, although it's really silly. Okay. No, I saw the 380%. We're fucked, aren't we? We're fucked, aren't we? I saw 380%. Immediately takes off. Attack. Okay. Chat, are you guys ready to say it with me? Immediately takes off. Attack plus 30%. Gains 65% aerial acceleration. Attack range expands. Running 8 tiles are considered Angelina's range. Attack deal 380% of attack is physical damage to 3 enemies, plus 1 additional flying enemy. There it is. There's our fucking S3 slop. There it is. We love it. We love it when half of the skill is attack range expands. Does 50 billion% of attack is physical damage. Attacks 50 different enemies at the same time. This bullshit. I like how this is attack plus 30%. I love that. And then it says attack steal 380%. Jesus. Flying enemies within range have their movement speed reduced by 60%. If there's an unblocked flying enemy within it, 30-second charge. What the fuck is this? This literally is Wishadel. Literally Wishadel. What the fuck? And she hits aerial targets like Wishadel too. Which have their movement speed reduced by 6% when there's an unblocked flying enemy within attack range and Angelina isn't blocking. Move to that tile where the enemy is located. What? Okay, I mean, that's kind of interesting. Skill activation grants 33 ammo. Is there anything, like, interesting I could say about this? Like, okay, the move thing is kind of interesting. Again, it doesn't matter. This is, like, it's just complete slop. There's nothing to say about it. Yeah, she uses ammo too, because there's not even... The only reason why this does ammo is to make the takeoff less punishing. We're getting to Thumpy later. No one. I want Thumpy to be really good. Please don't ruin Thumpy for me. I really want her to be good. There's nothing to say about this. This is just slop. This gets a -2. This is just boring. There's not even anything conceptually wrong with it. It's just, this is the purest extent of S3 slop. This is terrible. Like, who like thought of this? I don't know, she looks fine to me. What do you mean? You're telling me you're looking at the skill that attacks 4 enemies and deals 380% of attack and gains sanctuary and reduces movement speed. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's balanced and fine. You know, with the more than 50% uptime. Yeah, that's fair and fun. Like, how is this even fun? It's just like, I click button, she kill everything. This is so fucking boring. Me, designer. Probably, because I don't think a single fucking brain cell went into designing this. There was no, like, design. I saw her flying around map on vids. I like seeing things like this. Oh, look at her! She's flying around map! Look, she's murdering everything. But my brain go burr because things fly around map. Like, what? Why does it matter if she flies around map? If there was less ammo, how would you find it? This skill would need to have 5 ammo for me not to consider it slop. Like, you could say that about everything. It's like, what is this? That needs to be, like, everything is just pushed nonsense. There's no interesting mechanic, there's no gimmick, there's nothing that she really does that really plays with the subclass in an interesting way. This is just boring slop. Like, the movement thing is kind of interesting, but again, it's undermined by the fact that everything's already fucking dead, so who cares? Yeah, big -2. There's no real fucking point to this. Okay, so overall, these both got zeros. This got a +1, this got a -1, this got a -2. So that's a -2 overall. That's better than most operators, I will say. Wang has better game. I wouldn't even blame you. Okay, the fact that she's only -2. Because, yeah, you can just use her S1 and it's not even that bad. Even though if you use her S1, that's just boring and she doesn't have an identity. Her S2 had so much potential. It could have been so cool. Okay. Alright, okay, we're talking Thumpy. I want Thumpy to be so good. I want Thumpy to be good. Please. She's like Wormy's sister. I don't know if that's true, but she looks like it. Give me my Wormy altar, please. Give me Wormy altar. Okay. Please. Please be good. Please be good. Please be good, Thumpy. No, don't say that. Stop saying that. No. Same artist? No, they're both just Australian rabbits and they have a similar design. So and they're both focus in both elemental stuff. Okay, reduces elemental injury taken by 20%. That's a lot. When dealing physical damage, inflicts corrosion equal to 12% of attack. Okay. You know what's kind of funny about this? Is that this is, like, worse than Cairn. Like... This is the fact that so far Thumpy is worse than Cairn, objectively, is amazing to me. So far, Thumpy is less powerful than Cairn. Okay. Does this really... reduces the cooldown recovery of the target's corrosion by 1.2 seconds. I like how you say that. Like, I even have a corrosion unit to understand what the fuck that means. But we're getting a corrosion ritualist in like a while, aren't we? I mean, this is kind of slop because it's just like, oh, you get to do the thing more. It's like, okay, that's kind of lame. Albeit, this isn't AoE. This isn't AoE, meaning that, like, you do need to have, like, proper targeting to make sure this works. So it makes her better against, like, single targets rather than, like, multiple targets. Isn't Cairn 10%? Yes, but Cairn hits all enemies that she's blocking, while Thumpy only is the one who she's attacking. Thumpy is objectively the best defender because she can summon a conveyor belt. No, I'm familiar with the... Thumpy is a ritualist. Well, I mean, yeah, she's a primal defender. Primal defenders are... or protectors. Primal protectors are basically just ritualists. Because they do their damage based off... They do injury based off of their attack, rather than off of the damage they do. So, yeah, I'm evaluating her like a ritualist. Whenever an enemy that has been damaged by this unit triggers a corrosion burst, gains a... Okay, this, I think, is kind of stupid. Okay, this gets a 0 because that's what I expect her to do. This is kind of stupid. Because I want you to tell me why the Primal Protector is rewarding me for inflicting the burst. That is the role that should go to the Primal Casters, Primal Guards, that's it, those two. Because she can inflict burst really easily, that's the whole point, that's why you bring a Primal Protector. So, she's just rewarding you for existing, and that's just like, okay. And this, 11 defense stacking up to 30 times, and a 330 barrier. Jesus, okay. Actually, no, that's not even that bad. Oh no, it doesn't go down over time, does it? Ooh, yeah. Bro, she got a conveyor. I know about the conveyor belt. We're not there yet. We'll talk about the conveyor belt. We're talking about this right now. Like, this, I am not a huge fan of. Like, overall, this is what, 330 defense? That's not that insane. Because the thing is that Primal Protectors aren't meant to be tanky. Like, you can see they're not very good at being general tanks, and this goes up to maybe around 600, so that's not that bad. The barrier is interesting. It doesn't have a duration. And it can stack, like, by a shit ton. But, again, it shouldn't be that bad because so far, Thumpy's application is only single target. I know her skills will make it AoE, but we'll get to that when we get to that. I kind of want to give this a -1, as crazy as that sounds, because I don't think that we should be the Primal Protector should be being rewarded for doing the thing that they're supposed to be really good at doing. You know what I mean? I'll give this a -1. All right. Attack plus 50%. Defense plus 50%. Attacks all blocked enemies, push them away slightly. Clean. That is clean. That is beautiful. That is clean as fuck. I love that. That's awesome. That's nice. Okay. So you'll notice how this skill doesn't say every single time she does a thing you get to do 50 billion damage. That's because look at that. Look at that. She attacks all blocked enemies, meaning now her now her corrosion application is multi-target. Look at that. That's it. That's why you use the skill. It's beautiful. It's simple. That's beautiful and I love it. Awesome. +1. It's fine. Look at that. That's fine. Oh wait, I should probably, how much damage does corrosion do? 5,000. Wow, that is terrible. Wow, that does like nothing. Again, so far Cairn is like objectively stronger than Thumpy. As weird as that sounds. Against any enemies of lower weight, it's almost like perma-stunning, constantly stopping their attacks. Shift force of 0. I would assume, I would probably need to like test it out, but I could imagine that being the case. Like, yeah, against some enemies. It would be, because the thing is that it says attacked all blocked enemies, so they need to actually be blocked by her for her to hit them. She doesn't like attack up to block count. And so as weird as it sounds, this doesn't always give her pseudo block, so it's not that busted. But no, I like the pushing them away is kind of interesting. But I like this. This is a nice, simple skill that works with her kit and makes you do what you stuff. I like it. I give this a +1. Okay, take it slow. I like how she doesn't have a red skill. That makes me happy. I like that she doesn't have red skills. I'm tired of red skills. Attack and defense plus 70%. Sprays super glue on up to 4 tiles in front, dealing 50% of attack as physical damage every 0.7 seconds, and inflicting slow for half a second. When other operators deal physical damage to enemies in the super glue, they inflict... No way! No way, dude! You're doing this! Is this just you, but cool? No. No, that's too based. Wait, and it's equal to Thumpy's attack! No way! This is so awesome! Holy fuck! John, yeah, I think this is gem, like, oh, holy fuck, that's so cool! Chat. And what's amazing about this is that who is the best to synergize with that? And operators with really high attack rate, such as like normal Exusii and Cruise the Keen Glint. And what do those operators take most benefit from? Having defense reduction. Holy fuck, this is peak! Holy fuck, this is peak! Not Exu Walter. This is like actual cool synergy. Holy fuck, this is so based. And what's interesting is that like this isn't even that absurd of a damage skill. Like, yeah, the attack debuff plus 70%, then 50% every 0.7 seconds. I don't know how much of a DPS increase that is. 1.7 times half divided by 0.7. That's only a 20% like damage boost overall. No, it isn't. No, it's not 20%. It's probably more. I did the math wrong. Isn't Thumpy's S2 just use S2? The same mechanic, but you doesn't... Yeah, basically. Like, use... Like, I mean, yeah, basically. It's the same deal. Except use S3 is a bit too strong on his own. You know what I mean? And so the fact that this is a bit more balanced allows you to really, like, lean into those synergies to have that... To allow for those interactions to actually matter. The glue makes the enemy slow, yes. Inflicting slow for half a second. It's not even like that absurd of a, like, yeah, it's only slow for half a second. Every 0.7 seconds. I assume. That's a weird wording. It's not even 100% uptime. Does she eat the glue? I hope not. The damage boost doesn't even seem that absurd. 20 seconds as a quick cycle. I kind of want to give this a +2. This is really, really good. Is burn or corrosion better? They are completely different things. Burn reduces res and corrosion reduces defense. So, yeah. So this gets a +2. This skill's insane. I fucking love this. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, we have a gray skill, which means that it's either the most based thing ever or it's Exousia of the New Covenant's S3. Block count +2 and attacks all blocked enemies. Okay, god damn it. God, she was doing so good, and then we have this. Block count +2. Attacks all blocked enemies. Wait a minute. Is this an actual cycle time for a 6-star? I don't like the... I mean, I kind of have to expect everything to be... Is this an actual cycle time for a 6-star? What the fuck? This is... this probably doesn't have an actual downside to it, so it's not like Hodor's S3, but... It's an actual 6-star cycle time, and not like I get to do it every 30 seconds. Attack plus 100%, defense plus 135%. Deploys a portable conveyor belt, extending 4 tiles forward, causing unblocked enemies with a weight of 4 or lower to move towards Thumpy at a speed of 0.8 tiles per second. Enemies on the conveyor belt take 40% of attack as physical damage every second, and their defense additional minus 30% when they trigger a corrosion burst. Why? You're not a primal caster! What is this? What? What is this? Stop being a primal caster! Stop this! Stop it! Why? Why do you need to do that? This doesn't need to be on the skill. Come on. Stop trying to be a primal caster. You're supposed to be like a primal protector. +2, attack all blocked enemies. Attack plus 100%, defense plus 135%. Deploys a portable conveyor belt, sending 4 tiles forward. I mean, enemies on the conveyor belt take 40% of attack as physical damage every second. Their defense... It does make me wonder how much the conveyor belt will even, like, like, matter a lot of the time. Because, like, if you do think about it, it's like she's just holding a lane on her own. With, next to, like, Cruz the Keen Glint or something. And she just, like, puts on the conveyor belt. She just makes the enemies move closer to her, I guess. That's, like, really it. It's like an old Pianus S1 kind of deal. You better look at that Skill 3 showcase. It was really cool. I think I've seen what it does. Like, I get it. No, I know what the conveyor belt is. Like, I'm just trying to, like... It sounds more funny than practical. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's like, how often does the conveyor belt, like, mean anything? Outside of basically just being like, here's a range that you take extra damage in. You know? Like, it just takes enemies and just pulls them closer to her. It's like... Like, it's a funny gimmick. It's fine. It's not, like, that crazy. It feels very similar to her S2, where she also, like, gets super glue on the 4 tiles, slowing them. And this does the opposite. The 4 tiles in front of her speed up enemies. But she has extra block, so it's like, come over here so I can inflict you with necrosis. Or, not necrosis, corrosion. It's annoying. I think it could pull enemy... No, I know it does pull enemy from other lanes. The thing is that I don't know how often that's going to matter. It might. There might be situations where she's holding 1 lane compared to 2. But I don't know how often you're going to be deploying her with other enemies that you can suck into her lane. Because that's the idea. Unblockable enemies can't get past her. Nothing can resist. They're too heavy. It was good damage. There's no limit to how many enemies you can pull. Okay. I don't know what you mean. Permanent Hookmaster-esque thing? Yeah, that's kind of what it seems like. Like, I compare it to, like, Pianus' S1, where it's just like, I pull you closer to me so I can kill you. Like, that's what it just feels like. It's... This is, like, it's funny, because haha, conveyor belt, which means we can do funny memes with the conveyor belt. Seems kind of nice for maps with a shared path. No, 100%. Which is kind of what's interesting about this, is that it is a niche skill. Like, I think for most people, you're going to be defaulting to her S2, because her S2 just synergizes much better. They mean if you face her backwards, you pull me. Oh, that is true. I mean, I will say she will have 5 block, so if you're leaking enemies at that point, you have a bigger problem. But, I mean, no, yeah, that is a use case. I kind of like this skill for its niche uses. Like, yeah, the main selling point of the skill is the conveyor. And the fact that I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, the conveyor doesn't always give innate uses in every single stage. But there are cases where the conveyor belt is useful. I think this is kind of dumb, but everything else I don't have a problem with. It's like, and again, the fact that, you know, she attacks all blocked enemies and has like this high of a boost is compensated for by the cycle time, so it doesn't invalidate the existence of her S1, because her S1 cycle time is really, really good. So it's like, is probably the only skill I'd use on her. No, my point is that S2 is probably my default, but this is a niche skill that you can utilize in certain cases, and I think could be really fun to properly pull off. Like, I think this is a really interesting skill. Will I give it a +2? Is this the first time that I actually, like, really want to pull for an operator? A new 6-star? Anti-invis 2? I mean, sure, that's not my concern, but sure, yeah. Like, this is a niche skill that feels like a side grade to our other skills, and it has some neat applications. Like, yeah. Is it worth a +2 or just a +1? I think I'll just give it a +1. I don't think it's, because like I don't think it's like as good as her S2 when it comes to because +2 means like this is an exceptionally designed skill. Like +1 means this is a well-designed skill. So like this, I think this gets a +1. So man, that tier list is tiny. Well, it's not meant to be big. You have to see everything else, and there's only 2 operators on it. So, okay, so this got a 0, because it doesn't, that just says she does corrosion damage. This got a -1. This got a +1. This got a +2. So Thumpy's at +3. I can't give it, like, halves, because that doesn't mean anything. So, Thumpy at +3. Your only problem is probably her rewarding burst. Exactly. That's it. I think it's very silly that she rewards burst being a primal protector, because primal protectors are already really good at doing that. You know? It's like an operator, you know, it's like a sniper. I mean, no, I can't really say that. I don't know how to, like, an example I could give it. I don't know. That is, like, this. Also, what I find funny about Thumpy's existence is that we can't have a corrosion primal caster unless it's Tamimi. If Tamimi Alter isn't the corrosion like primal caster, I don't know what the fuck's going on at Hypergriff. But it also makes me think we're gonna get like a primal sniper or something, because I don't know. Rewarding a Vanguard for generating DP. Yeah, that's a good, yeah. Like, imagine if you had a Vanguard that gained extra stats every time you gained DP. Like, yeah, that's a good example. It's like you're being rewarded for doing something that they're already absurdly good at, so it seems kind of pointless. But yeah, like, Tamimi Alter has to be the corrosion primal caster. I don't know what else it would be. Okay, her module upgrades the talent I don't really give a shit about. Hey, that's good! Her talent upgrade, or module upgrades the talent I don't think should be on the skill anyways, so you only need to get it to level 1. Why not Corrosium Alter? Because he doesn't do physical damage. Tamimi's whole gimmick is that she does physical damage. Corrosium needs an altar. So that wasn't about, like, that was just you want Corrosium to have an altar, regardless on what it is. Yeah, no, Thumpy's a gem. Holy fuck. I'm so happy. I'm so happy Thumpy is peak. Holy fuck. Primal Guard exists too? No, yeah, we probably will get that. And that'll probably work really, really well with Thumpy. But I do think that if they are going to do, because they physically can't do a primal a corrosion primal caster unless it does physical damage, or else what's the point? And so it has to be Tamimi, because she's the only caster that does physical damage. KO Bay Altar, I hate that that's probably going to be the case, because I would prefer Tamimi Altar. Orchid Altar next. Oh, we still have like 2 other operators to review for this event. Okay, Chat, In 6 months, or whenever this event comes out, I'm doing a stream where we're pulling for Thumpy. I'm so excited. You could use her with, like, Gray, you could use her with Cruce, you could use her with all my funny, like, physical damage shenanigans. I can use her with normal Exucii and have fun. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is actual peak. They added peak. I'm so glad Thumpy is based, because she's basically just Wormy. Like, she's pink Wormy, and she literally is pink Wormy. I'm happy. I'm happy my Australian bunny girl is peak. Let's go, chat. Absolute fucking cinema. Holy shit. Okay. Okay, who's next? Who's next in the lands become orange? Speaking of Grey Altar, he is going to Colonel. Oh, fuck. Y'all better get him then. Okay, we have Time Slot. She's the funny raccoon girl. Oh, she's the mech caster, isn't she? Alright. Attack plus 11%, and drone attacks have a 15% chance to slow the target for 1.5 seconds. Cool. Hey, it's a talent that actually, like, solidifies an identity that is different from other drone casters. Cool. I'm also excited for Thumpy for Archetto Gaming. That's another good point. That is a good point. Click Gaming. This isn't Click. This is different. This is different. Actually, what is kind of funny is that Time Slot so far is a fixed version of Click. Wait, Attack Up Gamma? Alright, we're going to talk about that later. I think I'll give this a +1. Gives her an identity. Oh, wait, slow, not stun. Yeah. Like, that is kind of interesting to differentiate her from Click. The slow is worse than stun. Actually, that's not even true. Sometimes slow is better than stun because bosses aren't immune to slow. But it's on her talent and not her skill. So it lets her always obtain her identity rather than just using her skill. You can tell I don't use Click. You should use Click. She's awesome. Okay, Attack Up Gamma. Why isn't this Swift Strike Gamma? Why isn't this Swift Strike? Why isn't this Swift Strike? It's... Why? Why isn't it Swift Strike? Why isn't this Swift Strike? Am I silly? Or do, what's it? Tactical Chant Gamma? Can we have Tactical Chant Gamma in the Big 26? Why Attack Up? I'm fine with you giving her a generic skill, but Swift Strike and Tactical Chant would have been better than this. What is this? Yeah, why no attack speed? What is this? Come on. Do we give her a minus for using the wrong generic skill? I don't want to give her a minus. I mean, I'll just give this a 0 because no one's... Because the thing is that, yeah, now there's no reason to use her S1. Because she's just Click again. Because there's no reason to use her S1 because all of her identity lies in her S2. If you made her S1 like Tactical Chant Gamma, then it would actually have like an innate use case. And you would want to use it because it synergizes with her talent. But why? Okay. Put her below Angelina Altar for that. Unforgivable. Yeah, this is 0. It's stupid. Who cares? Because again, if this was Tactical Chant Gamma, this would have gotten a +1. If this was Swift Strike Gamma, I would have given it a +1. Why is it Attack Up Gamma? That's stupid. Look at her talent. Come on. Alright. So now here's the actual substance. Drone +1 releases drone to attack enemies. Overload. That's it. That's it. Her skill doesn't do anything else. Wow, okay. That's funny. Without the overload, her skill does nothing. Overload stops attacking, attack plus 50%, and attack speed plus 65. Holy! That is a lot! The drone locks onto an enemy until the enemy is defeated. His skill is over, then returns to the operator. If the locked enemy leaves the attack range, immediately triggers overload. Okay, so this is what Time Slot was designed for. It was this skill and this skill alone. She's a one skill operator. And her entire, the entire idea behind her is that she kind of sauceless kit. Okay, I didn't even get into why her S2 is awesome. So her whole identity as an operator is you activate her S2, she locks onto an enemy, it leaves her range, and then she immediately triggers overload. Meaning that she now does an absolute shit ton more damage. And this attack speed boost is also very significant because it helps trigger her talent. And so, and plus it's an additional drone, so it's like always doing it. I think all of the 5-star mech casters are 1-skill units. No, that's fair. Again, it's really weird because they could have made... Because the thing is that, yeah, because of her S2 being the way that it is, you could have made her S1, like, Tactical Chant Gamma, and that would have been useful, and that would have, like, had a use case over her S2, because you don't have to worry about the overload thing. So it's like, why didn't they do that? Man. Slowing feels weird with her wanting to leave range. Well, yeah, that's the thing, though, is that the attack speed doesn't trigger until they've left her range. And so once it leaves the range, she now does like a bajillion more fucking damage to it. But again, you can also just trigger the overload normally. Wait, 40 seconds? Wait, 40 seconds? Although not stated in the skill description, the skill can be manually deactivated. Wait, this says 40 seconds. Does that mean it's 80 seconds because of the overload? If you actually go through the whole duration? That's what bothers me, to be fair. Hey, sir, put a carrot on my mouth thing. But yeah, no, this is stupid. It could have been something else. But, okay, wait. So, because this is an overload skill, let's say no enemy leaves her range, right? Does that mean that this is an 80-second uptime? Okay, how do they state for Rock? Because Rock is also a mech caster with overload. How is Rock? How is her skill stated? What? Why does Rock get it? What? Why does Rock get Tactical Chant Gamma? What the fuck? God damn it. Rock doesn't even gain advantage from Tactical Chant Gamma. Why? They need to swap S1s. Okay, it's the same deal. So they just like... What if Rock 2? It's just Rock the sequel. It's the same... It's literally the same skill duration. Okay, does Rock... I haven't used her in a long time. Does Rock skill actually last 80 seconds? Or is it 20 seconds and then for another 20? Does this... Is Rock's S2 actually 40 seconds, even with the overload, or is it 80 seconds? I'm pretty sure it's 40 seconds. You should check overload. Because overload is when the skill ends. Still duration has 2 gauges, extra trigger... Yeah. Oh, halfway complete. Okay. Okay. So yeah, it is halfway complete. So yeah, it is 2020. Yeah. I thought in-game overload was like when it ends, you get to do it again. But yeah, so this is... Okay, so this isn't 80... This isn't 80 seconds, it is 40. But yeah, time slot, like this gimmick right here is so interesting. Where you have a mech caster who really leans into the having her drones attack, like remain attacking an enemy outside of their range. I think that's such a cool idea, and you gain extra benefit from doing so. Like, that's such a cool idea. And yeah, like she stuns herself during the overload, or she doesn't stun, but she stops attacking during her overload. And so all of her damage is reliant on her drones. Which doesn't matter if they're out of their range anyways. So it's like, I think this is such a cool concept. But holy fuck, why isn't this Tactical Chant Gamma? The fact that they literally like stole Rock's S2 and changed it a little bit, but didn't steal her S1 blows my mind. Okay, I'll give this a +1. So overall, she gets a +2, which is... Yeah, that's pretty standard for a good 5-star. Wait, not the full. No, I'm not taking her full thing. Couldn't you activate it when enemies about to leave a range, or will that lower the skill duration only 20 seconds? It will lower the skill duration because it immediately triggers, It immediately triggers the overload. But maybe that's what you want, depending on the situation. Like, I do think most of the time that's probably what you're going to be doing. And it's like 20 seconds of just like pure damage to like a specific enemy. And I do think that like you could probably do some like fun shenanigans with time slot. But now that I think about it, it's like, what is the point of time slot? The whole idea is that you attack an enemy when they're not in her range. But the thing is though, is that you would think like, oh, well, so an enemy needs to leak for her to do that? And I'm like, well, not really. Like, you could just position time slot in a really fucking weird way. Like, let's say you have like your defender, and you put time slot in a position where her range doesn't cover the blocked tile for that defender. And so, like, I think there's a lot of really silly positioning shit you could do with her S2. Like, there's a lot of, like, cool stuff you could probably do, because this is such a cool, like, incentive to, like, deploy her in really weird positions. It's really interesting. Like, this is really cool. And I could also imagine her being, like, pretty decent against, like, certain bosses. Plus, again, you don't need the enemy to leave range to trigger the overload. If anything, the overload could also just be seen as like a get out of jail free card sometimes. Like, a lot of the time, like, you could just have the overload trigger, you know, normally. So it's not like you need to have the enemy leak to do it. It's like, this is a really cool mechanic, and I think it could lead to some really cool positioning for time slot. She might be good to use with 2x2, 100%, yeah. I think she has some cool potential. I kind of want to move her down to +1. Because, as weird as it sounds, her slow talent kind of doesn't exist outside of, like, her S2. Because, again, like, her S1 doesn't really, like, do anything. It's like the slow will, you know, casually happen. This basically has twice the chance to trigger. She's kind of like Grey Alter in that way, which is kind of cool. Does she have a module? Well, she should. I don't think it does. Like, it's a release module, so it doesn't really do anything. Yeah, it just increases her attack slightly. So it's a classic nothing burger release module. Because, fuck me, release modules are stupid. Okay, so I'll give her a +1. It's a boring one. I don't think she's boring. I think there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with her. Doesn't up the stun. You mean the slow chance? Well, because that's the thing, is that she was designed with her module in mind. Alright, Jacinta. Is she the welfare? Because she feels like the welfare. No, she isn't. Wait, so... Raccoon Girl's the welfare? She is the welfare. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, Jacinta. When deployed, this unit and allies within the surrounding 8 tiles gain 15% anti-air sanctuary. I wonder who this... You know what's funny? Is that this won't even stack with Angelina's S3, because she gains anti-air sanctuary. So it doesn't even fucking matter. It's like she's designed to be used with, like, with Angelina, obviously, but, like, her S3 already gives her anti-air sanctuary, so this doesn't even stack. Yeah, they are wanting us to build an air team. Like, the aerial synergies are so weird, because it's so niche. And it's not even, like, because again, like, being in the air is already something that is niche to begin with. I can't build a team around being in the air, because being in the air isn't, like, an innately positive quality that I need to, like, build. It's so bizarre. It's so bizarre. It's a very weird, like, synergy. Attack up. Okay. How the fuck do I rate this? It's like, how do you rate this? Remember the nasty event? Hey, she'll be really, really good in that event. Outside of that, I don't know. I assume that her event's gonna be really interesting. Cause there is like case because the thing is with the other 5-star anti-air sanctuary only gives sanctuary to targets against air. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. It's just like reduces damage taken from aerial targets. And so it's like the thing is with is that I'm gonna analyze this talent and how it competes with Wanqing and Elysium, because their talents are both really, really good. Zero, it's not broken, it's a super niche. No, I agree. Zero doesn't mean it's bad. It just means it's kind of either nothing or it's whatever. But with Wanqing, whatever, he's typically my go-to because his talent is just really applicable to most scenarios. You just deploy him right next to, your defender and you get a free buff. It's fine. It's a very small buff, but it always comes into play. Elysium is really good when I have 2 or more snipers in my squad, and so then I'm using Elysium. And so Jacinta really has to compete with like Wanqing. That's the problem. And weirdly enough, because it's anti-air, that also means that she does have to compete with Elysium, because Elysium reduces your sniper's cost. And snipers and marksmen are anti-air. So it's like, if there's a lot of aerial targets, you're probably bringing marksmen, which means you're probably going to bring Elysium to reduce their costs and increase their attack speed. So it's like the case, because I have to analyze her like Wanqing, where I deploy him and he just gives this passive good buff. And so thing is that like Wanqing's HP buff is huge. And it's like, so you use Jacinta when you're up against a bunch of aerial targets that are like picking away at your operators, and you need to like give them a little extra boost. It's so unbelievably niche. I kind of wish it was just like all operators. Like 8 tiles like really, really does narrow her targets. Yeah, just a 0. It's very niche, and I'm really trying to think of a situation where I would want to use her for her talent over like Elysium and Wanqing. That's kind of what I'm thinking of. I don't remember what's Wanqing's buff. He gives all operators in the surrounding 8 tiles an HP buff, and if they're facing the same direction, it's an even larger HP buff. I think it's like 8% to like 18% or something like that. It's pretty good. It's attack speed on his S2. With his S2, he gives all the operators that are facing the same direction as him a 25% or 25 attack speed buff. But we're just talking about talents. And so in this case, weirdly enough, Wanqing would be better because it gives them more HP, and Elysium is better because you're probably bringing marksmen anyways. So okay. Like, I get it, she's like, the thing is that conceptually, a defensively buffing flag bearer is interesting. I think that's really cool. Rather than being more offensive, like, well, I guess Elysium's more of like a debuffer, and Wanqing's more of an offensive buffer. So yeah, that gets a 0. Support Gamma, that should be on every single 5-star. I shouldn't rate that because that should be there. Stop stacking and recovers 27 DP. 27? 30 seconds, wow. During the skill duration, talent range expands. Its effects are increased to 2 times. Additionally, heals 1 allied operator in range. Okay. The thing is that this does actually have a benefit over Myrtle's S2. Because both Wanqing and Myrtle both heal with their S2s. Myrtle's a single target, which is what Jacinta is a lot closer to. And Wanqing is all operators around her. And so this is similar to Myrtle. But she does increase her attack range. So there is more benefit to using her over Myrtle. This cycle is brutal. But I could also... No, she's better Myrtle. That's what I'm saying. No, not strictly, because Myrtle is cheaper. But having this long of a skill uptime on a flag bearer is quite interesting. Because you get... So you'd... Pretty sure Sanctuary and Anti-Air Sanctuary stack. That would make sense. They are different Sanctuaries. I'm wondering if she gets locked into healing one unit or not. Additionally, heals one allied operator. I don't think it does. It is kind of... Yeah, it's... I mean... Yeah, she is kind of like a mini Abjurer because she's more defensively focused. What's interesting, though, is her instantly give... Not instantly, but this DP production... So after 45 seconds, you get 27 DP. That's really... I have a feeling that's really good. Let me compare that to... Okay, wait. After 45 seconds, you get that much. If you use her S... Okay, wait. Wait, 15 seconds and another 30, you get 27. So yeah, in 45 seconds, you get 27 DP. With support Gamma, you wait... You wait 9 seconds. You wait 17 seconds for 18. And then you need to wait another... You wait 17 seconds for 18, and then you need to wait an additional 17 plus 26 plus 8. You need to wait another 51. You need to wait an additional 51 seconds to actually get more than RS2. It's 60-second cycle. No, it's because you need to wait 15 seconds before her first activation, and then she'll produce that 27 DP over that first 30 seconds. So right after you deploy her, you wait 45 seconds, and you get 27 DP. You get a bit more with support Gamma for about 50 seconds. You'll get 36 in about 51 seconds, I'm pretty sure. 36 and 15 in 51 seconds versus this in 45. No, yeah, her S1 is still better for like DP ramp. Yeah, her S1's still better. Okay. I was just trying to think about that. I was really thinking like yeah, you need to wait like 6 more seconds for her S1, but you're getting significantly more. You're getting what is it? 9 more DP, so it's fine. Yeah, her S1's better for ramp, but I was just thinking. I'm like, what if her S2 is just actually really good for ramp and nothing else? During the skill duration, yeah, it's like she's really, really niche. That's the thing. I kind of wish that her talent... Like, I really wish that her talent wasn't... Like, maybe it's like operators in the surrounding 8 tiles gain 8% Sanctuary, and 15%, or like, I don't know. Like, something that lets her be a little less strict with the buff, because Anti-Air Sanctuary is really, really niche. In the cases where it matters, this could be really strong, because this is a 30% like Sanctuary on your Vanguard is really good. You know what I mean? It's just very, very niche. I think she has her applications, but Wan Qing and Elysium are just so much more broad with how you can use them. That's the thing. Like, weirdly, I kind of wish this instead said, like, taken off units gain 15% Sanctuary. It's like the Anti-Air Sanctuary is just so specific. I could totally imagine wanting to bring her versus air bosses. Yeah, no, 100%. Like, there is a use case for her. It's just so unbelievably niche. And it's like, that's fine. It's not the end of the world. But it just kind of sucks. Because there is some really cool concepts here. Like, again, it's like an Abjurer Vanguard. Like, that's kind of cool. But I kind of wish this was something that could be utilized in more cases. Because Anti-Air Sanctuary is so niche. So yeah, I kind of think she just gets a 0 overall. That's not a bad thing. I think it does stack with regular Sanctuary, but nope, I don't want to keep doing that. I want the mini face. Yeah, so I don't... I think she just gets a 0 overall. That's not like a bad thing per se, but it's very, very niche. Must select design flag bearers having to compete with Myrtle, One Ching, and Elysium. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like... Again, it's not like that this is conceptually wrong. It's just she is way too niche. In the cases where where her niche works, she will be better than Elysium. And if you need to be like stalling like a, how are you stalling an aerial operator? In the like, how are you stalling an aerial operator? Are you stalling an aerial target? Like, there are cases where this can matter, but it's very, very niche. Which sucks, because Elysium and Wan Qing are just so easily applicable to most scenarios. So it's just like, yeah. Survive the drones with the bombs? Sure, but... Again, it's very, very niche. I guess the problem is the idea of having lots of flag bearers, different niche effects is cool, but it's hard to justify the material investment. I mean, I don't think the material investment, I don't give a shit. I think if you care too much about material investment, you're cringe. The desire at the end of the day should be you want to have every operator in the game built. But, again, it's like, because I'm not even talking, like, I'm assuming I already, like, I get her for free, you know? And it's just like, in the cases where I'm using her, because again, what really sucks is that her niche is against aerial targets, which weirdly overlaps with Elysium's niche because he buffs your snipers and your marksmen are good against aerial targets. So it's like, again, I'm fine with her being niche. It's just, it's fine. It's fine. All right, what's next? Because that's the event. So here's my rating for the upcoming 6 stars, and as usual we have a 6-star at the top and a 6-star at the bottom. Holy fuck, Thumpy's gonna be so peak. No way. She's gonna there was one person, bring her and Elysium, based and true. Afresia, Monhun. Okay, I guess I have reviewed those, but I guess we can do it again because we have a fucking little. We have a rating thing. It is, I don't even know if there's been a 6-star that I've wanted to build. Can I sort by global? I can sort by this. Ooh, look at that. Look how nice that is. Oh. My issue is that stages you don't open with aerial enemies. By the mid stage, I would probably replace her with someone else. I mean, I think, because the thing is that the S2 is kind of designed to give her, or just give standard bearers more prevalence in the mid game, I would say. Because you have like Elysium's S2 is like a debuff skill for the mid game. Her Wang Qing's S2 is a buff skill for the mid game. It's like, I get what you mean, but that's kind of the same thing you could say with literally every like flag bearer. Is that their S2s are typically designed so you can, you know, do the thing. Have I reviewed Mechanist? I think I have. I think I reviewed all of these. Not V. I don't think I reviewed V. I don't think I reviewed Closure. You know, let's look at Closure, because I haven't reviewed her. Summon commanding centers. What does that mean? Oh, is she like is she like the 4-star 4-star welfare? What? Is she like the chapter 17 welfare? No? Oh, that's the name of her summon. I'm stupid. I thought that's how you like summoned her. That's the name of her summon. I just joined. I'm very happy with Thumpy's placement. I'm very happy with her too. I'm so happy. Okay, can summon commanding centers to assist the tactical point in combat. Commanding centers will automatically respawn 15 seconds after being defeated. Commanding centers' effect range changes based on skill, and all allied operators within its range are seen as this unit's. And all allied operator within its range are seen as this unit's reinforcements. Okay, please Please don't just be monster. Please don't be monster. Please. Please be balanced. Please don't just be monster. Please don't just be effortless buffs that you give to everyone without having to do anything. Please don't just be monster. Minimum DP -4. Collision squad, all Rhodes Island operators gain plus. What's funny is that this is an actual tribe that you're just gonna have like 4 or 5 operators on accident. So this might actually, it's very minimal. It's a funny flavor thing, but this is what you may be using it for. I can't rate this because this is just saying that she is a tactician. So yeah, I'll give that a 0. Minimum DP -4. So yeah, you go into debt. It's more that Elysium and Wong King does something stage opening as well. More HP and sniper deep. No, I agree. No, I'm talking specifically about their S2s though. Because yeah, you can have Wan Qing and Elysium. Elysium reducing your sniper's cost and Wan Qing like just having the HP buff. But their S2s are designed to have late game prevalence. Because if you just want them for ramping, you should always use their S1. Because the S1's always better for ramping. The debt slows DP Gen 2, I'm pretty sure. Well, I need to read that because I don't really know. Okay, recursion tactic. Immediately grants... Like, I don't know how to rate this. Because I don't know what this be... Like, she has... You can go 4 DP in debt. That's kind of funny. So, like, effectively it says when you deploy her, you get 4 DP. Like, that's what it effectively is. You just get 4 more free DP to spend. But I don't know if you are actually punished for going into debt, so... Immediately grants 1 shield to reinforcements. Unstackable. Nice. Gradually recovers 3 DP over the skill duration. For each skill cast after deployment, eventually generate 1 DP up to 7. Jesus. Tacticians deal 150% damage against enemies blocked by their summons. Closure considers everyone in the range to be your summons. She does 100% pull any blocked enemies. I hope that's not the reason why this says that, because I think that's really lame. I do hope that we can, like, there's some actual point to this, but I hope that's not the extent of what it does, because if so, that's really stupid. It's just like, oh, she does more damage just cause... It grants 1 shield to reinforcements, 3 DP of skill duration, every skill cast. It is interesting that it doesn't revive the summon. That is cool. 3 DP for the skill duration. So, okay. So what I hope this skill is. What I hope this skill gives all units a range of shield. Because God damn it. Yes, she does, doesn't she? Doesn't, wait. Commanding zone only respawn. Effect range changes based on skill. Effect range? What is the effect range? Is it like all 8 operators around it? It just says all allied operators within its range. It doesn't tell me what its range is. Is it just all 8 operators around it? Because I can't even... There's no page for her summon. That's not a page that exists. Alright, sir. Drop by, drop the like. I'm going to go watch something better. Have a nice day. Thank you, Vibin. Thank you. Everyone drop a like right now and then go leave and watch someone better. Maybe her range, is it? It's just, no, it's within its range. So I don't even know. Maybe S2 and S3 have ranges specified in the summon? I don't know, I didn't look. Yeah, no, because they don't have summons. They don't have, like, ranges specified, so I have no idea. I'm gonna assume it's, like... Additionally generates 1 DP. Okay, so the scenario that I think this skill would be interesting is that it sucks in the early game, but it's really good in the late game, which would be kind of interesting. Maybe the summons range, yeah, like obviously, yeah, but the summons page doesn't exist yet, so I have no idea what its range is. So I don't even know if we can evaluate closure. Yeah, actually, I don't think we can evaluate closure if we don't know what the ranges are. 8 tiles around it? That's what I assume. But do you know that or do you think that? I don't know if we can evaluate closure. We can read what she does and see, but I don't think we can... I'm allowed to really give my opinions on an operator we don't know everything about. So recovers 3 DP over the skill duration. So in 16 seconds, no, in 15 seconds you get 3 DP. Okay, that is terrible. Is that terrible? 15 seconds you get 3 DP? Yeah, that's like 0.2 SP per second. That's terrible. But then it ramps up more over time, which, okay. You know, that's a cool idea. Like, it sucks initially, and then you get more DP, you know, the longer she stays out, which, although you could say, like, oh, well, I want to ramp right away. Well, it's like, well, that's not really the job. If you want ramp, you should be using a flag bearer. If anything, this, like, works really well with, like, merchants, because it gives you that, like, late game buff. I think that's kind of interesting. Vigil's S2, but for late game. Like, yeah, I think this is kind of interesting. The shield thing, I think, is kind of stupid. Just like, every 16 seconds, everyone in my range gets a shield. Like, I actually kind of don't like that. That, like, all of her like, everything is a reinforcement. But we'll have to see. So I can give this a +1. That's pretty alright. Cool concept. Alright. Defensive skill. Immediately gains 10 DP, then gradually gains 15 DP. A reinforcements defense plus 60%, blockout +1, increases zone attack by 80%, target 2 enemies simultaneously. Okay. Be able to attack enemies blocked by reinforcements when deploying operators in the range of reinforcements. Refunds 40%. Ay. So you click the skill, all of your operators. Does her summon have block? Does her summon, like, exist? Because, again, it's like, does her summon even, like, exist on the stage? Is it like a 0 block nothing burger? Like, what is her summon? Is it like a crab, or is it just like a device? Like, it doesn't block, it just exists. And the whole point of it is to buff nearby operators. Is that, like... Like, I don't know if her summon is even a thing that exists on the battlefield. I don't know anything about her summon. God damn it. What the fuck does her summon do? The wiki doesn't have... It doesn't block, it's just there. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. It's hard to tell without a showcase. I don't want to fucking look up a showcase. I don't want to fucking look up some random dude just being like, I spent $700 on this operator. Look at her, she attacks. I fucking hate looking at showcases. Because I'm looking at this and I see all operators in my range gain 60% defense plus 1 block count. Increase zone attack by 80%, targets 2 enemies, and able to attack enemies by deploying operators within the range of reinforcements, which is like everything. Refund 40% of their DP cost. That's insane. Like, why do you even generate DP at that point if you also refund a bunch of DP? You know what I mean? It's like 25 DP. Refunding works with going into negative DP. So, for example, you can deploy a 32 cost mud rock, 28 DP, refunds about 12 to 13 DP, putting you back at 8 to 9. Do you... Okay, but, like... If you go into debt, do you no longer produce DP? Someone said it slows DP, but I don't know. God damn it. Do we actually have to look up like some random fucking dude? It halves the speed. Okay, so there's still a punishment. It has a 3x3 range. It says the range changes, but it's not showing me. Because the thing... Yeah, like, that's a lot. Like, yeah, I get it. It helps you get out of debt. But she also immediately gains 10 DP. So you should already be out of debt. This is just letting you go further into debt. So wait, so this basically just says you can go into debt and you won't get punished for it. That's what this says, because she immediately gets you out of debt. So I activate Closure's S2. I go into... I generate 10 DP. And then I deploy my Mudrock for... What is she, 35 DP? I deploy her for 31 DP. I go immediately into debt. Closure immediately refunds it, so I'm not into debt. So this basically just says immediately gains 14 DP. Because you just immediately get out of debt. Why? Okay, I'm gonna see if I can find a showcase. Closure Arknights showcase. I've stooped low. I'm looking at SLOP. God damn it. First thing that shows up is weird fucking artwork. God damn it. Thank you, Google Images. Skill 3 showcase. What do you mean? These are like 15 minutes long. These are like 15 minutes long. God damn it. I think you could deploy a second high cost unit as well during the S2, so it's more complicated than just gain 4 more DP. Like it is, but that's just kind of what it feels like. Because you immediately go out of debt, so you don't even have to deal with the punishment for going into debt. Like, yeah, you have to deploy it within a range, but again, it kind of defeats the point of that mechanic to begin with. And it's like you're probably already deploying operators around your vanguards anyways. It's like on top of also just being like an insane defensive buffer. Like 60% more defense and +1 block count on a vanguard? Jeez. And again, she gains a bunch more attack and she does damage to all blocked targets in a range, basically. Yeah, I don't know. I really can't find this to really be interesting. I'm gonna give this a 0. I don't think it's a minus, but I don't like it. I mean, minus would be that I don't like it. I don't like this skill. Why don't I like this skill? Because it... Her S2 does kill Ethan and Ascalon, though. Oh, I get it. That's true. Yeah, I don't know. I really can't, like... Yeah, Bard in Disguise. Like, that's a lot for attack, for just, like... Because if this was on, like, if a flag bearer gave 60% more defense and +1 block count on a skill, that would be strong. And this is a tactician, so she's not even specialized in being pure support. Even though she is. She isn't really a tactician, is she? Like, Closure is not a tactician. She's a new vanguard. She's a bard guard. She's a vanbard. She's a vanbard. She isn't a fucking... She's like, her summon doesn't exist. And she makes everything else a summon, which, like, the whole point of tacticians is that you have, like, a cheap blocker and a ranged attacker for cheap. She's not a tactician. She's a vanbard. Because her summon doesn't do the thing that you want a tactician summon to do. She just buffs and produces DP. Generates 18 DP with skill duration. Attack interval is reduced. Of course. It's essential that my Vanguard be a DPS operator. Locks on enemies in the original attack range of this unit and her reinforcements to attack. Dealing 250% 6% dull. The fuck is dull? What is dull? Can be stacked up to 60% of dull. The fuck does dull mean? And every 9 attacks, attack target +1. What? Now she just does damage. None of... The fuck is dull? There's no... What? I can't hover it. What is dull? Okay, so she no longer is supportive. Again, she... What? Combination of enfeeble and movement speed reduction. Check the first mention of dull? No. They don't have a link. I can look up dull. What is dull? Okay, there's just no link to it. Movement speed, attack speed, casting speed, and cooldown speeds of some skills. What? Movement speed, attack speed, casting speed, and cooldown speed of some skills, as well as recovery speed of negatives reduced by the corresponding percentage? That's like everything. It lowers their movement speed, attack speed, while also increasing their skill casting animation time, active skill cooldowns, and the duration of negative statuses. So it does everything. And she can put this up to 60%. So she makes enemies useless. I mean, she's a vampire, kind of makes sense. How? How does being a vampire mean that you slow things down? Wouldn't... This is a... How... Duracell does the same thing? Is Duracell a tactician? I'm not even against a tactician being more offensive, but I think that but this doesn't even, like, play into, like, reinforcements. Locks onto enemies with any original, like, it's like, what's her name? The Ave Mujica 6-star. This basically says attack interval reduced, attack range expands, deal 250% of student's attack as physical damage, inflict dull, and then gains extra targets. Jeez. Sakiko, yeah. This is a tactician skill. At least Vigil interacts. Okay, I'm glad Absolute Peak music is playing, but at least Vigil interacts with his summons. And that's what makes him fun, is that he interacts with his unique summon. Closure doesn't have a summon. Closure's summon is, like, I get to steal your summon. But that's also not even a unique concept. That's not even a unique concept! That's literally what Mulesies does. She's a Vanguard. This isn't even a unique concept. It's just Mulesies, except what if Mulesies actually could just be all of your operators, not even just one? At least she doesn't let you absurdly cheat operators into play like Mulesies does. Like, at least Closure doesn't let you cheat out Mudrock worth of stats for 0 DP. Like, at least that. I just, like, why doesn't this skill buff things? I thought that's what her whole thing was supposed to be. Like, I thought the whole idea was like, oh, you know, I buff my, you know, I buff my summons, because that's what tacticians do, but I make other operators my summons. Okay. Except her S3 doesn't do that. It just is a damage skill, because fuck me, I guess. Am I insane? This feels like a fever dream. She doesn't feel like a real operator. None of this feels real. I am so confused. Yeah, she ain't got nothing on the professional breeder. Like, this makes me want to use crabs more. literally, what if we had a tactician, but there is no reinforcement? Closure S3 is actually balanced because she can't kill high defense enemies. Yes, I hope my Vanguard doesn't kill high defense enemies. Yeah, yes, my Vanguard should not be killing high defense enemies. That's a default. It would be a problem if she did. This isn't balanced just because it can't kill bosses. She's a Vanguard. She shouldn't be doing this much damage to fucking begin with. Came back, who are you reviewing? Closure. Little trophy for herself. Yeah, cool. Cool. I didn't even give her, like, ratings. Her S1's cool. I don't like her. I think this is a -1. This is a -1. Is this a -2? I don't think it's a -2. It's not that bad, but it's slop. This is a -1. Probably still worse than Silver Ash. That doesn't make it good. The new operator came out. They don't do as much damage as Wishadel, so it's fine. How would you rate Mulesies then? We can talk about Mulesies, because I have mixed feelings on Mulesies, but I don't really have mixed feelings on Closure. Yeah, this is a kind of slop. Like, I thought, like, her DP debt thing would be the focus of her, like, is that insane? Like, why wouldn't it make sense if her kit was more, like, focused on the debt? But no, there's nothing, like, all her skill really does to interact with debt is to ignore it. I don't know. What is this? Like, the debt just feels so secondary. Like, it's just this isn't part of her identity. This is there to just be a strict upgrade and make things easier for you. That's it. Yeah, it's punishing, but she doesn't lean into it in any way. Like, imagine if she had a skill that, like, increased the DP debt by, like, 20, and you could go into, like, insane DP debt. But, like, the longer that you're in debt, like, your operators have their attack speed reduced or something. Or maybe, like, if you go 30 seconds... Like, what if she had a skill? Let's say that her S3 instead... Here, we're designing a completely different operator. What if instead her S3... It, like, tripled or quadrupled the DP debt? Maybe it lets you go up to 50 in DP debt. The skill lasts 60 seconds. It lets you go 50 DP in debt. But when the skill is over, if you are still in DP debt, she will automatically retreat every single operator that you deployed while the skill was active. And their redeployment times are, like, tripled. Like, imagine if you had something like that. Like, something where you really get to, like, play into it, but there is, like, a downside and an upside and, like, a mechanic that you can really work around. Like, imagine if her S3 was that instead. But instead, it's just, like, I shoot thing and it die, and that's it. Like, this is so uninteresting. And again, it's like, this also just isn't interesting. It's like, yeah, all of my defender gets 60% more defense and +1 block count. Yeah, so I think overall she's a -1, unless I give her S3 -2. Hey, I didn't rate her that low, but she is very slop. She's not, like, offensive. She is just kind of crap. Yeah, -1. It's not that terrible, but it's nothing I really like. I kind of get where they're going with S1 or S2, but they just kind of started bashing their heads against the wall. Yeah, her S3 is just so nothing. It's because, like, the only way that you can get people to pull for your new operator is to just add DPS slop onto it, which is so disappointing, because there could be so much more potential. Like, what I explained with what her S3 could have been. Like, that could have been cool. But instead, it's just like, nah. And again, it's like her main mechanic doesn't even come into play. Like, her main mechanic is really just like, I don't actually have a summon, I just buff your operators instead. It's just like, that's so lame. It's so uninteresting. We can talk about Mulesies. Because I'm not a huge fan of Mulesies, because I can't fucking spell her name. But I do think that, like, there are some cool aspects to her kit. And, like, Like, I don't even like Mulesies that much, but after reading Closure, I'm like, nah, now Mulesy seems really interesting. Could have been a new Vanguard branch? Probably, yeah. I wonder if they could come up with fun operator gimmicks out of overpowered ones. They can. They can. Like, they did that with Thumpy. Look at her. Look at her. Look at Thumpy. She's awesome. Even though, to be fair, her S2 is literally just use S2, but a little less busted. Or use S3, but less busted. Can summon a flowing shape to assist in combat. Flowing shapes can partially copy an undeployed operator's attributes. All of these things. Can attain a special trait depending on whether a melee range form or respawn 20%. So, yeah. So the whole idea of Mulesies is that you deploy a summon, and then for 0 DP, you can drag one of your undeployed operators onto the summon. This doesn't consume the operator. And then the flowing shape will mimic the physical attributes of the operator. And I think conceptually this is a really cool concept. Where it's still free. It's not like Closure where she doesn't actually have a summon. Because if you don't even... Like, the flowing shape is still a summon, regardless on if you copy it or not. But you can deploy the flowing shape anywhere, and it still does things before you, like, copy a thing. But you copy one of your operators, so you can make it, like, oh, now my summon is, like, a marksman, or it's, like, a vanguard or whatnot. My main problem with Mulesies is that it lets you get absurd stats for no DP. That's my main problem. That if you have a Mudrock in your lineup, you can just kind of deploy a Mudrock as her summon for no extra DP. And it's like, yeah, you don't get the skills, but I do think that it's very silly that you can just kind of have that much stats that quickly. You know what I mean? Like, I wish that there was some kind of limit or some kind of downside for more expensive things. Because otherwise, most of the time, it's just like, I deploy my most expensive... I deploy like a Juggernaut or something, and I just get Juggernaut stats. When in Squad Rhinelet... So, like... Again, like... I'll give the flowing shape a 0 overall, because I do like the concept, but there are some things I don't like about it. Second talent... sure, whatever, don't care. 0. Pressure Moisturization. Gradually recovers 13 DP. Mulesy and flowing shapes gain 50% attack and 50 attack speed. You want to know why this is, like, interesting? Because it's just a perfectly basic skill, and it lets you interact with whatever custom tactician, like, summon you made. You know, like, there's room for cool combo potential, even though you don't get the talents or, like, anything of the skill. So it's, I mean, yeah, you can't really do combo stuff. It's just mainly like, hey, I have my tactician summon is Cold Shot, so I'm gonna give my Cold Shot 50% more attack speed, but she doesn't have ammo, so it's, like, kind of cool. What's up, Callus? So it's like there is some... Oh, wait, Callus, you're going to love this. We're talking about Mulesies. So it's like there are some cool, like, interesting things you can do with it. Like, yeah, you can do it for, like... yeah, you could use, like, Cold Shot, and it's like, oh, you no longer have the ammo mechanic, but she has a bunch of attack, and she gains extra benefit from the attack. It's like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, yeah, you could use a Loop Shooter, because you have a bunch of cool... You have a larger range for it. So it's, like, some interesting aspect to it. So it's like, I'll give this a +1. It just does what she's meant to do. Melee recovers 15 DP. Mulesy and your flowing shapes gain 50% attack. If the flowing shape is in melee form, recovers 5% HP every second. Gains 25% sanctuary. Flowing shape is in ranged form. Like, you can already see how Mulesies is basically just Closure, but with more focus. You know what I see? You know what I mean? It's like Closure's S2 is just like, all of my reinforcements gain +1 block and 60% more defense, and I do more damage. Where with Mulesies, it's just like her flowing shape gains more attack. The thing that her whole kit is built around. And it pays you off depending on if it's in melee or ranged form, which I think is kind of interesting. Like, its attacks hit twice. Oh, I wonder if you could do some cool shenanigans with that. Like, there is, like, some interesting aspects to this that I think are quite interesting. There is some cool combo potential that you could pull off. Like, +1. Yeah. I didn't even realize I was rating her this fucking high. Jesus. Immediately gains 15 DP. Mulesy and her flowing shapes gain 50% more attack. Okay. If flowing shape is in melee form, pulls surrounding enemies slightly towards it every 2 seconds and stuns all blocked enemies. If flowing shape is in ranged form, respawns all flowing shapes and attacks bind enemies for 1.5 seconds. Why don't... I feel like I'm missing something. Because I remember her being able to, like, copy her ranged targets. I don't know if I made that up. She is kinda okay. What do you mean, kinda okay? Flowing shapes, if in melee form, pull us running enemies towards it every 2 seconds to send a block target. So there's like a crowd control aspect if you're using melee form. Flowing shapes range form respawns all. What I find interesting is that her S2 and her S3 are just the exact same skill. Except the buffs that they give to her flowing shapes are different. This means whenever I'm using her in IS, I have to remind myself which skill actually does the thing that I want her to do. So it's very weird. My problem is that with this skill is that one form, for one skill is blatantly better than the other. Like second skill is weighted for melee sounds, third skill is benefits ranged. I don't feel always. I don't feel always. Because I do feel that, like, there are some cases where you would want your ranged summon to attack twice rather than binding a target. Like, if the ranged operator you're copying has, like, really low attack speed, then you would want to use her S2, where with her S3, it works better for like, fast attacking things. So it's like, I do think that there is some nuance, and it's like, her S1 does give ranged operators more, like, defense, but this gives the potential for crowd control. So it's like, I do think that there is some nuance to it. Although responds all flowing shapes. Why is that only for ranged form? That's so weird. Like, yeah, I give this a +1. It's like, they all get +1. I didn't realize I'd be so fucking positive about her. Why do I feel like she copies her ranged targets? Why do I feel that's what she does? Can summon a flowing shape, copy all the underplayed operators' mech stats. Gains 5 SP immediately after first deployment, will respawn 25 seconds after being defeated. Wow, what a module. What a crazy module. In squad Rhineland operators, does this give interesting Rhineland synergies? All Rhineland operators have -2 DP cost. First Rhineland operator plays additional -1 DP cost. Flowing shapes duplicate to Rhineland operator, music and 10 SP, the duplicate Rhineland operator gains deployed. Oh, that is actually a really cool, like, build around. Because she can summon up to 5 of them. Okay, but, like, where? I know that's what she does, but where? Like, I know she does that. But I don't know where that comes into play. Is it with her like a special trait, depending on whether it's in melee or ranged form? Like, where does the copying come into play? Because every time I use her, I'm like, I know she copies things. I'm not like a schizo. Where does that come into play? Like, I don't know, where does it say that her summons can copy themselves? Because I know she does that, but I don't know where. I don't understand what it does. In plus shape around her after it makes enough attacks. No, I know that, but like where? Where does it say that? Like, does it passively say that? Like, is that part of one of her modules? Like, where does it... Isn't it in the summon info? Is it? Because, like, I know it does that. I just don't know where it says it. So I always feel like I'm gaslighting myself into thinking that it does or it doesn't. Mimicking a melee operator will cause a shape to steal the target's attack and defense. Mimicking the range will cause someone to closer to every 10th attack. Okay. So that is, like, based on the skill. Okay. Okay, that makes more sense now. But no, like, even then, it's like, yeah, you are getting the copies, but... Like, again, there are, like, this is more for damage. This is for crowd control. It's like, yeah, I can see those being... Yeah. It's like, even then, it's like being able to, like, interact with these, like, natural, like, benefits, I do think could lead to some fun shenanigans. It's like, yeah, what operator could I use that steals the enemy's attack and defense? Like, there could be some fun shenanigans you can do with this kind of stuff. Like, you can copy a Crusher, and now your Crusher can steal defense. Like, chat. So it's like, there's so much cool shenanigans you can do with Mulesies that really, like, open up her gameplay. Again, I'm not a huge fan of the fact that you can just deploy Mudrock stats for 0 DP. I think that's dumb. And, like, I know one of her modules increases the strength of the reinforcements. Yeah, can copy all of an undeployed operator's attributes. So it's like, there are some parts where I'm just like, yeah, I don't really want that. Like, I do think that's a little too much. But the thing is that that is completely optional. You don't have to engage with that aspect of her kit. You don't need to deploy a Mudrock for 0 DP. And so it's like, as much as that is a criticism against her kit, like, if anything, I would give this a +1, this gets a +1, this gets a +1. I will give this a -1 purely because it doesn't have a limit and you can like play a Mudrock for free. So overall, she gets a +2. But at the same time, I do think that this is also that her Gamma module is also a really interesting like Rhinelab build around if you care about that. So weirdly, I want to give this a +1 because I only give modules plus or minus if they actually change the gameplay of the operator. And so it's like, yeah. Instead, you can deploy Pianos. Again, I have my criticisms. I think that there are some cases where I think... The fuck is this song? See, I added the song name, but I can't read it anyway, so it's not even fucking matters. Ever doing a stream fixing broken 6 stars? Maybe. We could do that if you guys want to. But, yeah, no, like, so +4, and then -1 for the fact that I don't like how unrestricted her summon can be. You know? It's like, weirdly enough, I think that you should have to spend some amount of DP to make her summon work. You know what I mean? Like, let's say, in order to deploy the copy of her summon, it's the operator's cost -15. You know? So if you want to deploy cheap operators, it'll cost nothing. So it's basically like a summon. It's basically like your normal tactician summon. But if you want to do some fun shenanigans and you want to cheat out like expensive things and you want to do like dumb combo stuff, you do still have to pay for it, which reduces her effectiveness as a tactician, but does still like have her function as an interesting buffer. So it's like, I do think that that's how I would probably fix it. Like, you just make it so rather than it being free, it's the operator's DP cost -10 or 15 or something. This fucking song, man. This is so silly. So overall, Mulesius gets like, what, a +3? Which is a lot more than I thought. I didn't even, yeah, she gets a, okay. Actually, no, I think +2. And I know you're probably gonna be like, wait, why? And it's because her S2 and her S3 are the same thing. Her S2 and her S3 are the exact same thing. They're basically the same skill, and you choose which one. I feel like both of them individually should give +1/2. And so her S2 and her S3 combined are +1. Because they're both the same design concept. It's just different effects. So I feel like I don't want to like double up on the same concept. You know what I mean? So I think overall, I think +2 is fair. Fuck, I didn't mean to do that. I think +2 is fair. But one is for range and the other is for ground. No, it's not. They both have... Her S2 buffs both range and ground. They both buff ranged and ground. They just have different effects for range and ground. Can you do Crackborn? It's Karen, but corrosion. Sure. Crackborn. This fucking song, man. Receives -12% elemental injury, further reduces by 12% from corrosion. Alright, -24% elemental injury from corrosion. That's, okay, that alone is actually really useful. Because, what if you're in a situation that I need defense against corrosion? Here is the operator that is specifically designed to give you access to good defense against corrosion. Because she takes 24% less corrosion injury. Yeah. Oh wait, is she welfare? No, she's not. Okay, so you're probably not actually getting max pot. So more likely 20. Is that the blue bear defender? Yes. That's just Highmore's talent. How? How is that Highmore's talent? Highmore heals her own elemental injury. But unlike Highmore, you can heal Crackborn with a Wandering Medic. V is the welfare. Okay. Wait, she's She's in the same event as V? Okay. Never would have guessed. HP plus 100%. Recovers 120 points of elemental injury per second. Okay, that's a side grade to, what's her name? What's her name? Think. Brain blast. What's her name? Philae. I am just like, why is it so hard to remember her name? Like I picture her face and her kit in my head. I know exactly who I'm talking about. And then I can't say her name. Yeah, it's Philae. It's like Philae's S1, which also recovers elemental injury, which does have its rare use cases. Thing is, her S2 is just a lot better most of the time. But I think this is kind of cool. And if anything, this has extra benefit over Philae's S1, because since it's over time, that means that it's better while she's currently being like attacked by like, let's say you have like one of those casters from the Dustless Holiday event, like hitting you with that corrosion effect, and your activator S1 and she's constantly healing it, rather than with Philae, she instantly heals herself. So this is better in some cases than Philae, not always. Sometimes you need like the instant reduction of Philae better. But this is quite interesting. I do think it's an interesting side grade to Philae. Philae gives elemental barrier though. She heals. She should just... I'm talking about the cleanse. Where is she? Why am I looking at her talent? Max clears all elemental injury on self, gains protected barrier that absorb. Yeah, it's like the self heal that I'm talking about. No, yeah, the elemental injury absorption. Yeah, sure. But I'm more talking about like over... I mean, I guess Philae does have that, where it's just like she gains the barrier, and so that protects against that over. So I guess, yeah, that is fair. But I do see this as kind of like a side grade to Philae's S1. What is Philae's HP increase? 60%? I only have it at level 7. At level 7, this is 78%. Okay. But I do think this is quite interesting. It feels like a side grade to Philae's S1. Wash Away. Gains 5 stacks of a buff that grants plus 20% defense per stack. It's Cement 2. Upon taking damage, consumes 1 stack and immediately deals 35% of attack as corrosion to all nearby enemies. The defense buff stack caps at 5. Too bad Crackborn's S2 is made with hopes and prayers of the damned. What's wrong with this? Are you guys complaining? Like, you realize this is a crit skill, right? That this instantly starts cycling back the moment you activate it. It's very similar to Contrail's S2. So she gains 5 stacks of a 20 defense buff stack, and then every time she attacks, she retaliates with damage to all nearby ground enemies. And then you immediately come back and you activate it again. This is the same thing as... Not the same thing, because Karen's S2 is really fucking busted. But this is, to me, this is the weaker version of Karen's S2. But I don't think it's that bad. You can at least prep her S2 before one's finished. Oh, that's actually true. You can just activate this skill during downtime, because the defense stack is permanent. It's not like... Wait a minute. Yeah, the defense stack is permanent, so it's not like Karen's S2 where it's a temporary barrier. Just awk her. You could awk her. Yeah, you could like prepare this beforehand and then activate it again. It basically stores a charge. No, that is kind of interesting. I don't, like, the thing is that Karen is so busted, I think it's kind of unfair to compare Crackborn to Cairn, but this is very similar to Cairn, because it has a lot of the same benefits, where it gives a debuff, or it gives a defensive buff as like a crit skill in a way. And the thing is that this makes Crackborn very similar to, what's her name? I literally said it earlier. Cement. Where it's like you can put her up against like a heavy-hitting target. A really slow, heavy-hitting target. And then... I mean, yeah, it's like you hit her up against like a very slow, heavy-hitting target. She has like that 100% defense boost, 80%, 60%. And then you can cycle back to the skill, activate it again. So it's like... yeah, I mean, this doesn't seem that bad. I think it's okay that it consumes. It's very defensive, which is great. It just doesn't apply corrosion efficiently. That's fair. I do think it kind of depends on the situation. I may have to use it. Because, yeah, the thing is that compared to, like, Cairn, this is obviously a lot weaker. Because she needs to take the damage in order to apply the corrosion. And the thing is with corrosion is that it isn't an innately defensive, like, debuff, like with necrosis. Like, if this was necrosis, it would probably make a lot more sense. And yeah, the 35% of attack is kind of weak, given she doesn't provide herself with an attack buff. So it's like 35% of her... what's Cairn? Oh, it's Filet's at around 600, so we'll just say 600. I don't have a modded Filet, so around 600. Well, I'll just say 600 for the sake of it. So 600 times 0.35, 210. Oh, so that bursts. That bursts in a single activation then. Okay, so you guys are wrong. That bursts in a single activation. If she has 600 attack, this is enough to burst once all 5 of her stacks are completed. So that's fine. No, this is fine. Because she'll do about 210 corrosion damage, and she needs 1,000 to proc. So, yeah. That seems fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. And if you do... Actually, no, I don't think Ock's attack buff applies before when he does damage, so that won't work. But, I mean... It'll basically guarantee... If she has 600 attack, then she will. But, if she doesn't, I think... If she is, like, somehow at module level... Even with her module... What does her module give her? 15% more elemental injury. Holy buff! She doesn't gain attack on the module. Ooh, okay. I am comparing her to an unmodded Filet who has around 600 attack. She has 30 attack from Trust. It's possible she might be around maybe 550 at module level. Oh wait, I can actually pull that up on my phone. Never mind. I'm gonna go on my phone. I can actually just look up what her stats would be. Where are you, Crackborn? There you are. Okay, so at E260, not E250, she will have 586 attack. Plus 30, oh no, that is counting Trust. So 586 attack. So 586 times 0.35 gives her 205. No, yeah, that's fine. At mod level, she can proc corrosion in a single, once all 5 stacks are consumed. And that's to all nearby ground enemies. And if anything against swarms, that's going to apply corrosion faster than what, like, Cairn can do. That's a minus 120% perma defense the whole skill, right? Yeah, that's every skill activation. And this cycles back quite quickly. So it's like, yeah, I could imagine you getting multiple stacks off against, like, maybe the same target. I don't have any complaints. This works exactly how I'd want it to. Once all 5 stacks are consumed, she inflicts necrosis. And then, if she's against multiple targets, if she's against like 3 enemies, every single one of those enemies are removing a stack, so she's like immediately inflicts corrosion. Never mind, that's fine, Skull. No, this is fine. I'll give this a +1. This is... dare I say, this feels like very similar to Cairn's S2. I don't know if it'll be as busted, because she kind of needs to trade her defense for her offense, where with Cairn she gets both high defense and high offense. She's not going to be as good as Cairn. Obviously not. Plus, Cairn's nervous impairment's also naturally defensive, so it makes Cairn a better tank in that context, while also just doing more damage. This feels fine. My issue is 5k true damage is most likely killing swarms without corrosion effect. Well, if that's your problem, then that's fine. If they can survive the 5k true damage, they probably need multitude bursts. I mean, I'm fine with her killing swarms. I don't think that's a problem. Karen also does DOT and double strikes on blocking enemies. And yeah, Karen is an exception. I think it would be unfair to Crackborn to compare her to Karen, because Karen is fucking busted. She is, I think, is probably the strongest 5-star that we've gotten since, like, Tequila. Like, she might, I think she's even stronger than Tequila. Like, she's just that good. It's crazy. My problem is that corrosion effect is weirdly designed. I don't have that big of a problem with it. Because the thing is that I could imagine me being in a situation where I'm, like, using Crackborn against, like, a medium tank enemy, and then I use, like she will, like, Crackborn will work really, really well with, like, Gray. You know what I mean? Dare say she's better than Tequila? I mean, I think she probably is. I think Karen is easily stronger than Tequila. Is she the strongest 5-star in the game? I don't think so. But I think she's really, like, if you gave me the choice of, like, I can use, like, Warfarin or Karen, I would choose Warfarin. Like, I don't think she's the best 5-star in the game, but she's really fucking up there. But yeah, Crackborn gets a... This gets a +1, because it's actually quite useful. Yeah, I think she just gets a perfect +3, which is perfect for what a 5-star should want. So she gets a perfect score for being a 5-star. So let's go. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Orchid Altar. Can you do Lava the Purgatory? Okay, this one guy's been asking me for Orchid Altar for a fucking while, so we can do that. Then we can do Lava the Purgatory after that. What time is it? 3:23. I have work at 6. We're fine. I need to eat food, though. Violet... What? Did I click? No. Violet Mitsutu... What? Violet Mizusune. Violet Mizusune Orchid. Okay. See, what's funny about her is that Horseman skipped. What do you mean? Not Underflow is busted? Listen, I like Underflow. I don't think she's as good as Karen. Okay, so she is a heavy shooter. Which is very interesting, because you wouldn't imagine the D-cell binder to become a heavy shooter. But this is a collab altar, so who gives a shit? After a skill is activated for the first time after deployment, increase the attack of the next 50 attacks to 120%. Okay, cool. I don't know what the fuck you want me to say. This gets a 0, because I don't... Okay. It's one of these classic, here is a talent that just gives me more attack, kind of. Like, cool. Redeployment time minus 15 seconds, and DP cost does not increase when redeployed. When deployed near the previous deployment position, attack plus 10% 30 seconds. So this is kind of part of her gimmick. Is that she's meant to be... Is that Hypergriff is just like, hey, remember how the heavy shooter module reduces their redeployment time for some fucking reason? What if we actually leaned into that? And so they did, and that's like her whole gimmick, is that she's a faster redeployed, like... So it's minus 15 seconds, and then like additional minus 25 seconds, so that's minus 40 seconds. So basically, Orchid looked at Yato and was just like, what if I did that? So, yeah, that's minus 45 seconds. So that goes from 70 to 35? I have a bias with her like you have with OPI. That's fine. That's okay. As long as you're enjoying the operator because it's fun and not because they're strong, then that's valid. Yeah, 70 seconds, so minus 40 seconds, so it's 30. So yeah, that's like April. Okay, so I'll give this a +1, because that is an actual identity. She has an identity. Thank you. Thank you, Hypergriff, for giving a 6-star an identity that isn't just doing a fucking shit ton of damage. Immediately! Okay. Now you know it's peak. She does something immediately. Immediately fires 4 arrows with 106% attack each. If an additional charge remains, consumes an additional charge to use Power Volley. Thank you for giving it a name. Immediately fires 5 arrows with 200% attack each. Each arrow having a 20% chance to stun the target for 2 seconds. Can store 4 charges. Releases 1 charge automatically when charges are full. I'm a huge fan of charge skills that reward you for storing more charges. That's always something that I find really fun. It's a crit skill that does an absolute fuck ton of damage. Holy shit. Okay, so I need to be a nerd here. So we need to compare this with normal Exusii if I want to have a decent idea of what her damage is going to be like. So normal Exusii's S1 attacks 3 times and does 130% damage, and that's typically fine. This is a 160% damage modifier on a heavy shooter, so she has around... Phone time. Okay. Where are you? There you go. At module level, she will have 877 attack. Phone slop, true. She will have 877 attack. So this will do about 877... 1300 damage 4 times. Versus like Exusii, who does like 800 damage 3 times. Every 4 seconds, you're doing about 1300 damage 3 times. Ugh, that is a bit much. Because against most enemies, that is like a... Because my frame of reference is like a heavy defender. You know what I mean? If you're going up against a heavy defender who has 800 defense, this does about 1300. So that's about 500 damage 4 times. So that's 2000 damage every 4 seconds against like a medium tank enemy. And then it gets even at 200% attack. But you do have to work for that. I mean, you do have to work for it because it does require it be at full charge, right? Or it just says if an additional charge remains. Consumes an additional charge to use Power Volley. This is weird because it's like charged and... It's charged and charges at the same time. Power Volley will not trigger nor consume an additional charge. Oh, you cowards. No, punish players. We need to punish players more. She has a passive like Gravel. She basically attacks 3 times. What do you mean? I don't think they do that anymore. What is that like versus Schwarz and Posey? I'm not sure. I don't have a lot of experience with them. Oh, it's a classic case of the skill not existing at low levels. Conceptually, I think this is fine. This is an interesting skill. I think it's going to be I think it's going to be a bit pushed, but I don't think that's the end of the world. I think, would I give this a +1? The thing is that how does this actually interact with her being a fast redeploy? Like, it doesn't. Like, this doesn't even interact with her fast redeploy gimmick. Which, if none of her skills interact with her fast redeploy, I'm going to reduce that from a +1 to a +0, because that doesn't matter. But, weirdly enough, this... She starts at 14 DP, so she already starts with basically full charges. She already starts with, like, full charges anyway, so it doesn't even matter. So, I mean, I guess it does interact with her being a fast redeploy. Did we just listen to this song? Guess we're listening to it again. I think I can give this a +1. I think it'll be... I think for normal gameplay, this will be a bit too strong, but I think it can still be a fun skill to mess around with. Which makes me feel like she should be a +0.5, but I don't do that. We'll make this a +0.5 and see if she makes up for it. If not, I'll just round up. Aerial aim. Take off. Do I need to say anything? What do you want me to say? God damn it. Take off and immediately fire 3 volleys of arrows at a target in range with 3, 4, and 5 arrows respectively. Each with their attack increased to 180%. Then land. Because I do like... It is interesting how it's like this actually does play into her fast redeploy aspect. Each with their attack increased to 180%. That's crazy to me. Attacks 3 times, 4 times, and 5 times at once. Doing 180%. And then lands and does a bunch of damage. Again, it's like, that does play into her gimmick. 20 seconds isn't that awful for this kind of effect. And again, there are charges, which I don't know why there's charges. That kind of seems pointless, but okay. Her numbers are just really push multipliers, but the gimmick is there. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. It's like, this conceptually is really cool, but the damage modifiers are too high for an operator that's focused on multi-hits. You know what I mean? It's the same issue with, like, Wishadel. The reason why you can't have a Flinger have such high damage modifiers is because she does all the damage 3 times. That's the problem. And so with this, it's like, this does feel like a fun skill you can do some cool shenanigans with. Oh, her range reduces? Wait, range reduced? Oh, that's the final hit. Oh, damn it. I was actually thinking that her range reduced, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. There's a downside? Yeah, that sucks. I was actually hoping. Hoping and coping. I'll give this a 0. I love the concept. I think the numbers are too high. After charging 3 seconds, fires a piercing arrow in a straight line. The arrow pushes each enemy it hits with great force, dealing 360% of attack as physical damage and 60% of attack as arts damage while surrounding enemies. For every set distance traveled, the arrow has infinite range. Yeah, I remember when we looked at her previously. Or could Alter S2 can kill Patriot too? God damn it. If that is true, then that sucks. Because I remember when we looked at Orchid previously, someone told me that this is every, like, tick she does this damage. Because Because, okay. I think this gets a 0, this gets a 0. This gets a +1 because it's the least busted. The redeployment time gets a +1. No, I think she should get a 0 overall. Give her S2 and her S3 a -1. This gets a +1. This gets a +1. I think maybe -3 overall. Because I get what she's trying to do, but it's too pushed to be soy. That's what I hate. That's what sucks. Is that I like what they're trying to do, and I wish I could do something different. Like, if it were me, I would make it where literally every single one of her skills starts fully charged. But make them have a really long charge. Make it so her S2, when you deploy her, she immediately does the thing, but you have to wait maybe 45 seconds to get it back. And I know some of you will say, like, oh, but then you'll retreat her and redeploy her. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of the point. Like, there's a cool concept here. But it is but the thing is that what sucks is that fast redeploy isn't an innately, like, good mechanic that a lot of the meta-oids will like. So, like, I will imagine Orchid being, like, a good, like, everyone pull on this operator kind of thing. Because you can just, like, you know, deploy her, retreat her, do all of her stuff, because all of her skills basically start, like, fully charged. And it's like, I think that's a cool idea. Having an operator whose all of their skills start fully charged, and she has a faster redeploy, I think that's a cool concept. Especially as, like, a ranged operator. The problem is that that's additional upside on top of an already strong operator. You know what I mean? It's like, she would still be strong regardless. So it does kind of frustrate me, where it's like, this is a really cool concept, but these damage modifiers are way too fucking high. Her S3 is just ridiculous, where it's just like, does 60% of attackers arts damage, like, every tick. Like, every like, 0.3. Like, it's unbelievably ridiculous how, like, pushed that is. So it's like, I could imagine using Orchid and having a lot of fun with her, but I could also imagine her invalidating a lot of gameplay. Like, someone's saying, like, yeah, she's like my Ulpianus, and I think that's a good comparison, where it's like, the thing is that Ulpianus does work a bit better because his strengths lie in his subclass, so a lot of what he, like, breaks are things that Crushers break anyways, and while he still has, like, some weaknesses that Crushers remain, even though it's a bit negated. But this is... yeah. What is this song? I think overall I'm going to give her a 0. Because I really like what she's trying to do. I really don't like how it's executed. Botany next? Sure. Oh no, someone wanted... there was an operator someone wanted. Someone else asked for something. I forgot who it was. I'd like the shorter SP cost and charges because it gives you choice to keep her on the field or retreat here. Yeah, no, I agree. It's just... she's just pushed. She's just really, really pushed damage-wise. Like, I kind of wish this was... like, she was a welfare, and so she could be a lot more interesting. Because that's the problem, is that a lot of her... the problem with her is that a lot of her appeal is fought against because she's so strong. You know what I mean? So it's like... like, I'd rather use, like, Texas Alter, you know what I mean? Ah. Deadass can't wait to see what the next thumbnail looks like. I actually like that you lean into your gimmick. No, because I want this to be a thing that we're doing. Like, this is like a new style of stream I do, where instead of, like, where we just review operators, because I think it's fun. No, the thumbnail is funny. No, I want to call this, like, series of streams, I guess. SLOP or GEM, because I think that's funny. Because you guys keep saying that, I think it's funny. Okay, Lava Altar. Absolute cinema. Absolute insane cinema. I think she probably just is a +3. So her S1, or her... okay, so her talent is just meant to be a reference to original Lava, with the SP on deployment, and she kind of evolves on that by also giving other casters extra SP on deployment. What's very weird about this is that because Lava is a splash caster, she's very expensive, and so it's rare you're deploying her before any other casters. So it's like, okay. But I do like that they're leaning into her gimmick. This isn't a part of her identity, though, which kind of sucks. It's a reference to original form, which is what you know, should have. But the problem is that they don't lean into this aspect of her kit. So as an alter, she does still retain some of her identity, but her kit doesn't lean into that identity, which is something I will criticize. So overall, I think her talent gets a 0. You know, it's there. It's basically just all of her skills gain extra pre-charge. That's it. It's like this, and the thing is that all of her skills are designed with that pre-charge in mind, so... yeah. So it's like, this skill basically says it basically has 45 pre-charge, and it's like, wow, a 50-second charge with 45-second pre-charge. That's not, like, wow, what is she, a 6-star? It's like, that's not even, like, new or interesting, you know what I mean? It's like, Lava the Purgatory has the upside of having 6-star tier pre-charges. That's all she has. That's her gimmick, is that she has 6-star tier pre-charges. She gets the privilege of being a 6-star. Okay, so her S1 is Unbelievable Absolute Cinema. Attack range +1 tile, attack +20%, and attacks up to 2 targets simultaneously. So the entire idea of Lava the Purgatory is that she is a splash caster. Is the music too loud? I mean, I guess if it was, you guys would tell me. But whole gimmick of Lava the Purgatory is that she attacks multiple targets, and so the entire idea is that you want to overlap her splash damage. That's all it is. With Lava, you have 2 things close to each other. You click her S1, she attacks both of them. Attacking both of them means they both splash on each other's thing. I can't even hear the music. I can barely hear the music. Okay, so it's just loud for me. Lamau, okay. You're playing music? Okay, I guess I could turn up the music then. Why'd you guys tell me? You guys didn't tell me. Okay, I'll turn it up. This song played earlier. There are like 500 songs on this website and we're getting repeats. Okay. Okay, can you guys hear the music now? Does it actually hear? Okay, no one's saying anything. Okay, so it's just overlapping AoE. That's it. That's all this is. Attacks 2 targets simultaneously, so the whole idea is that you hit one, you hit the other, they overlap. That's the whole deal. And so, although yes, this does say attack +20%, it is more realistically attack plus 140%. That's more realistically what this says. She might be the only one who range +1 versus range expands. And that's for a good reason. Weirdly enough, Lava the Purgatory is the only splash caster in the game who having the Chi module is better than the Gamma module. Because her attack range expands, and that actually works with her attack range +1. Because that extra range gets further expanded as well. To turn her into like a pre-E2 artilleryman. So S1 gets a +1. Because this skill it establishes her identity, it's quite cool. It rewards you for using her like a fucking splash caster, but it also gives her some extra utility of being able to hit extra lanes. She's Marcel, but boring. Just actual L-take. Just actual insane L-take. Crazy. Alright, Ring of Hellfire. Here is the exact same thing, but slightly different. So, this actually has a 65% recharge. Stops attacking. And targets the ally with highest HP within range, enveloping them and herself within a ring of fire. Each ring of fire deals 50% of attack as arts damage every second to all enemies surrounding 8 tiles. So, she gets a 8-tile AoE around herself, and an 8-tile AoE against the enemy with the operator with the highest HP and range, and it does half of her attack as arts damage. This is a strict DPS increase, because she attacks like once every 2.9 seconds? 2.9 seconds. So this is a significant DPS increase overall. And so the idea is that you get her range, you try and overlap both of the rings of fire so that it doubles the total damage output. That's the whole idea. This skill does more damage than her S1, but her S1 requires less setup. So that's kind of the idea. And what I do find really cool about this skill is that you can really play with that highest HP and range thing. Like, there's some cool stuff you can do. It's really fun to use her with, like, a Liberator, because Liberators have a bunch of HP, but they don't have any block. So that gives you kind of like an ambusher thing to target. So it's kind of cool. So I give this a +1. It's really fun. Just the whole gameplay gimmick of trying to overlap, like, AoEs are really, really interesting. It's the same reason why, Ask Jen is really fun because you can overlap her chains, and that's what makes her kind of cool. So yeah, Lava the Purgatory, I think, gets a +2 overall, which is a pretty standard score for a 5-star. Man, I think Crackborn is better designed than Lava. Well, that's because Crackborn's talent actually, like, does something. I mean, Lava's talent does do something, but it does something in the same way that it artificially gives her high pre-charge. Yeah, that's fine. Something that's kind of funny about Lava is that I remember back in my no gacha niche days, I used her in one stage specifically. I'm gonna pull up the stage. I think Callus might still remember this. This was back like 2-3 years ago, maybe. Or back when I was doing no gacha stuff, I used her in a chapter 6 stage specifically for her S2 because her S2 made it so she doesn't attack. And the reason why that matters is because I was using her in a stage. If I can find it. If I can find the stage. 611. You guys don't see this right now. Yeah. So, I used her on this stage. And she, because all my operators kept getting, or there was, there's like a drone that comes out up here. And there's a frost that comes out up here. So I'm like, I need a way to do damage to the frost, but all my operators keep getting slowed down. So I need like an arts attacker that can do enough damage. And so I used Lava, because she stops attacking. So if she gets frozen by the bugs, or she has her attack speed slowed, it doesn't matter. And so the AoE effect, you know, retained its full damage output. And I remember using, like, Tequila up here to, like, actually deal damage, and Lava was just doing her damage even though she was, like, cold or slowed. And that was a solution. I'm like, because I was stuck on this stage. I was using, like, Elite 130, like, welfare operators. And so I'm like in the shower thinking to myself, like, how do I beat this stage? And then it just like snapped in my head. I'm just like, wait a minute, Lava doesn't attack on her S2. So I immediately got out of the shower and I immediately did it and it worked. So I do just kind of love Lava because I do have some good memories with her, but she's a very well designed operator. She's definitely one of the better designed splashcasters. Okay, someone wanted to talk about Reprisa. Am I spelling that right? I am. Reprisa. Okay. When there are 3 or more enemies within her splash range, attack increase to 255% attack. Look at that. Here's an operator that rewards you for using them correctly. Sure, fine. It's not... This is an operator that rewards you for using them in the matchups where you're supposed to be using them. Sure, fine. Sure, plus... I don't know if I give this a +1, I'll give it a 0. That's, you know, it's fine. Remember when Burn and Necrosis weren't the neglected child of Arknights? Well, at least Necrosis has the full... Necrosis is the only one who isn't fucking, like, neglected, because it's the only one with every single... no, it doesn't have a, primal guard. There was one good thing that came out of Hoshiguma Altar, and it's this song. The next attack has increased splash area and deals 210% attack as art stat. Hey, that synergizes with her talent. I like that. That's cool. That's talent synergy. Also, this is a crit skill on a splashcaster. We're getting Dusk S1? Accessible Dusk S1? Accessible Dusk S1? Alright. There is a +1. Synergizes with talent. Like that. Fino al finale. Splash area increased. Wow. Immediately performs an attack with 880% attack against 3 enemies in range. Enemies affected by this attack will take 35% of her attack's arch damage per second for 6 seconds. Holy fuck, that sounds fun. So, okay, so this is like Lava's S1, but it's a crit and it hits 3 targets. So you can do some insane bullshit if you have like a bunch of enemies in range. Oh, this seems really fun. And this is a crit? She's a crit splashcaster? Wait, which mod does she have? Dusk Covenant. Okay. She is Dusk. 5-star Dusk. Equal to 130%. This is kind of peak. Holy. That looks fire as fuck. Yeah, this seems really fun. A crit-based splash caster that rewards you for like using her as a splash caster. All right, yeah, cool. She has like insane. This is just Dusk. They made Dusk a 5-star. They looked at Dusk's S1 and they're like, what if we made that a 5-star and leaned into it? This is a +3. This is a plus. No, I don't know if I'll give this a. I mean, I'd give this like half a point, but like +1. Is she a +3 5-star? Is she a A+ 5-star? I'm interested in using her using DOT. You can do some cool stuff with her DOT, yeah. This is kind of cool. Oh, wait a minute. Oh fuck, she's gonna be busted in IS. Oh no. Chat. Oh no, she's gonna be busted in IS because of the collectible that gives 2 SP every time they deal damage to an enemy. She's gonna be so busted in IS. Oh no. So, okay, so not only did they give us Dusk, but they gave us Passenger. They took Dusk and Passenger and they combined them and made a 5-star. Holy peak! Holy peak! This is awesome! And okay, I think it's kind of silly that they gave her the Gamma module, because to me that makes it sound like, we can't have our splashcasters be expensive, so even though this is supposed to be for the support splashcasters, it's fine, it's not the end of the world, whatever. I think it would have been a bit more interesting to be Gamma, or Chi, because, you know, it makes sense that the Chi module is the offensive one, so it buffs the offensive skill, but every splash caster has to get this now because, you know, cheap things, but whatever. This is kind of fucking cool though. This is really cool. I think yeah, just a +3. Do I give this a +3? I mean, it interacts with her skills. Her skills interact with it quite well. So yeah, I think +3. I was not expecting her to be this good. What the fuck? Yeah, just +3. No, she overtook lava. Oh man, I can't do that. I can't do that. Okay, who's up next? Chat, who's up next? Oh, we can do the other guys from her event. Bologna and V. Ha, Ak gets a second module. What does it do? It does fucking nothing. Hey, you want to know something interesting? Isn't it interesting how Ak got a module that basically does fucking nothing for him, but reduces his redeployment time? I wonder who the fuck that's going to go on in the future. I wonder if there's going to be another operator that perhaps has an S2 that is basically a fucking heli drop skill that makes her fucking immortal, while she also murders fucking everything in range. I wonder if Ak's gamma module isn't actually for Ak, it is instead just kind of a testing ground for the other geek. I can't go a stream. I physically cannot go a stream without complaining about Exusiai. I mentioned Hadia earlier. I do like Hadia. I kind of want to talk, because the thing is that I've talked about Hadia before. I haven't talked about these guys, so that's kind of why. So, talk about Bologna, because I do think Bologna is kind of interesting. Because for some reason, every single one of my streams is everyone's first stream. Okay, so Bologna is a fighter, which could be kind of scary. I wonder if there's a 5-star geek that could have benefited from the second geek module. Yeah, imagine if. Okay, so Bologna is going to be walking a thin fucking line of, he's a fighter, and a lot of the player base doesn't like fighters unless they aren't fighters. Mountain has like done irreversible damage to the subclass with his S2, even though it was completely on accident, and every other part of Mountain's kit is perfectly fine. So Bologna just has to do the thing of be a fighter. That's it. He just has to be a fighter and doesn't have extra block. That's it. That's all he needs to do. Attacks reduce target's defense by 7% for 10 seconds. Stacks up to 5 times. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, the music works. The music works. Everyone get out your spaghetti and your thing of your glass of wine. Attacks reduce target's defense by 7% for 10 seconds. Stacks up to 5 times. Additionally, Bologna's damage increases as the target's HP decreases, reaching a maximum of 100. Ooh. Ooh. That's kind of cool. Time for some chocolate spaghetti. Everyone get your chocolate spaghetti out. I'm always a big fan of these kinds of talents that reward you for using operators correctly. Like, correctly, rather than just rewarding you for having them exist. Like with, because the thing is with, like, Thumpy's talent is that it gives her a benefit for inflicting corrosion when it's like, yeah, that's not using her correctly, that's just using her. This is rewarding you for using them correctly. Had spaghetti for dinner too, how fitting. Amazing. Reducing the target's defense by a total of 35%. I'm a little iffy on that, but that's not that bad. That's not too bad. Plus, he does need to, like, sustain over time, so it's not that crazy. I don't have a problem with this. Innately, this is like a 0 overall, but I do like this. This is kind of interesting. I'll give this a +1. Gains a 40% physical and arts dodge. Arts dodge? Arts dodge? Arts dodge? On a fighter? Really? Really? What? Okay, that's weird. Fighters don't typically get arts dodge. Am I wrong? Okay, that's interesting. I'm not, like, offended. I mean, that's all right. Because the idea is that they're meant to be brawlers. It's meant to be, like, you know, it's a fisticuffs kind of thing. It's like, I cast Fireball! Like, you know, the guy who's trained in martial combat isn't very good against Fireball. So it's interesting how he has arts dodge. Which, I get why. It's because in the more modern case of Arknights, you know, yeah, it's more adapt. I think he would have been fine without it. I think it's kind of silly that it's there. I'm not against it, but after deployment, this is increased to 80% physical knowledge that will decay over 20 seconds. Ooh. That's kind of interesting. After deployment, he gains 20%. That's actually kind of interesting. That's kind of interesting. I do kind of like that. Is this this does define his usage. Like, yeah, you can use him as like a heli drop, which is, yeah, you use him as a heli drop like duelist. That's what you typically use fighters for. So this is a talent that leans into what fighters are meant to be used for. His S1 rewards you for dueling targets, and his S2 wants you to duel targets. Is this a 6-star duelist that actually wants to be a duelist? Is this actually 2026? Okay, you know, I think I'll give both of his talent. Do I give it +2? Because both of these do correctly do what he's supposed to do. Yeah, +2. +1 and +1. Don's Ease. Okay. The fuck you want me to say about this? This is a strictly better power strike. Okay, cool. It's crazy the year 7 6-star fighter is more of a fighter than the 6-star fighters released. Yeah, no, it's crazy. Okay, the thing is that, to be fair with Mountain, I don't think Hypergriff knew what the fuck they were doing for fighters. But this is... yeah, it's kind of cool. Is it, like, interesting? It synergizes with his first talent. I think it does. I think it does. Even though I don't really think it matters that much. Because I think he can do 5 attacks in 10 seconds perfectly fine. He's a fucking fighter. So, I'm going to give this a 0 because I don't know what the... like, it's a crit skill. Like, listen, I love crit skills. I'm a fucking spinach addict. I fucking love crit skills. It's a crit skill on a fighter. Yeah, that kind of to be expected. Fighters work really well with crit skills. I love Jackie. She's awesome. I like Mountain's S1. It's fun. I'll give that a 0 though, because it's just like, yeah, it's fine. It works on the subclass. It's nothing that interesting. It doesn't really like lean, I mean, I don't know. If I was evaluating Jackie, would I give her S1 a +1? No. Maybe. I don't know. Do I give this a +1? He got the souped up bee hunter talent? Yeah, basically. Literally, yes. I guess this gets a +1. That's fine. It's fine. It works with the subclass. It does what it's supposed to do. It hits twice. Hey, that works with kind of the gimmick of the subclass. Of being fast attacky boys. Alright, attack range expands. I'm going to kill myself, chat. Attack speed plus 80%. Attacks at 3 targets for 200% attack physical damage. During skill duration, talent 1 can be stacked up to 8 times, and target will be slowed continuously upon reaching maximum stacks. Why does he hit 3 targets? This would have been... Why does he hit 3 targets? I mean, there's... Luckily, he doesn't increase his block count, because that would have worked against him. And so the hitting 3 targets thing is just kind of there. Like, this skill, I think, would have been perfectly fine if it just hit 1 target. I would have been fine with it. Like, if the attack range didn't expand and he didn't hit 3 targets, I would have no problem with it. He's throwing knives. Like, I get that. But he's a fighter. He should be punching things. He's not a thrower. Skill 2 surprisingly can't hit air, by the way. That's funny. Yeah, I don't like the multi-target. Because I think that encourages you use him as a lane holder, which is cringe, and you shouldn't be using fighters as your lane holders. Like, I get the flavor, but it's like Puzzle throws knives with his S2. He doesn't need to have attack range expands, hits 3 targets. Like, why not just, like, make this, like, Puzzle's S2? Like, if this skill was just attack speed plus 80%, maybe, yeah, like underflow range. Someone said underflow range. I would have been fine with that. Because it's like, oh, I'm hitting you from a range. I'm throwing knives at you from a range, and now you're slowed. You know, so it takes a while for you to get to me. Yeah, it's like Puzzle. It's literally just like Puzzle's S2, but on a fighter. It's like that extra target and attack range, and like expanding like this, I think is kind of, yeah. conceptually, I'm fine with this. It's better than Mountains S2. Because unlike Mountains S2, you can still use this as a duelist skill. Mountains S2 hurts you if you use him like a duelist. And is meant to be more lane hold, and it just is a lane holder fucking skill because it's permanent duration. And there are cases where if this skill is in its downtime, Bologna will leak enemies. So it's like, it's not as bad as Mountains S2, but I do think that some aspects of this skill are kind of pointless and only really serve to make him more as a lane holder when that's not really the goal that he should be having. I think I'll give this a 0 because I think the concept is cool. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with everything except the main thing. Like, he gets a +1 for... He gets a +1 for the concept. He gets a -1 for the extra range and the attack range expand. So it's just a 0 overall. Settling old scores. Attack plus 170%. Attack speed plus 50%. Attack effect. Here we go again. Attack plus 170%, attack speed plus 50%, attack plus 50% chance to increase damage to 185% of attack upon skill activation. Seeks a ground target within nearby tiles. Said target's deployable, move to its tile. If an elite boss enemy is defeated or Bologna did not attack for 1 second, he will seek another target. When lethal damage is taken, Bologna will not retreat. Instead, its skill... It will instead end skill. When skill ends, Bologna returns to his original position. Okay, here's a call. Charges. Okay, these buffs belong on a skill with a 60-second charge. Stop putting 60-second charge buffs on a 30-second charge skill. I'm tired of this. You see it on fucking everything. It's just like, stop it, please. Ugh. So it's just like, you know what I mean? And again, it's like on top of this, like almost like tripling his attack, he also has an insane damage modifier. It's just like, damn, come on. Make this 60 seconds. Don't make it 30, please. Like, we're doing Wishadel shit where it's attack plus 1 billion, damage modifier plus 1 billion. And I get that it's it's 50%, but it doesn't matter. Upon skill activation, seeks a ground target within nearby range to target. So he's moving. He's moving. We all love move shenanigans. If an elite or boss enemy is defeated, he will seek another target. I kind of wish his skill only seeked out elites and bosses. Because it just says seeks a ground target within nearby tiles if the said target is deployed. If the boss is defeated, do not attack for 1 second. So it's just like you deploy him, he kills a weak thing, he teleports to the next weak thing after a second, and then after another second he teleports to the next weak thing. So it's just like, I don't like that it gives him lane holding potential, you know what I mean? Where he can just, it's like Chen alters S2 where it gives her the ability to just kill a bunch of small things. And there's no downside to it like Gardmia's S2. So it's just like, I don't like that it can just clear swarms. That shouldn't be what a fighter does. But like the move thing is kind of cool. And it's like, oh, if he dies, someone said he goes back to 1 HP. What's up, Daimos? I'm not just the scout today, I'm the pizza scout today. How was my day? Barely started. I need to end stream soon so I can go eat food before I have to work. I don't know what to say. The move counts for his talent to redeploy. I mean, that's cool synergy. I can stand by that. That's kind of interesting, but again, it's just like, I feel like you activate this skill, he just murders fucking everyone in his range, and then that's it. Yeah, I don't know if I can really say this. I kind of want to give this a -1. Like, it does give him stats that allow him to duel, which I'm fine with. But I think the charge is too quick, so it just ends up being, like, a skill that you activate really often, just to, like, murder everything in his range really quickly. That's what it feels like it's going to be used a lot of the time, so it's like, I can't really support this that much. What are you doing? Are you rating off... Rating and off of what? We're just doing plus and minuses. Just, this gets a -1, I think. So -1, this gets a 0, this gets a +1. So 0 overall. So +2? What if it was like Indra's timer? I don't remember what Indra's timer was. Again, I don't think I'd have that big of a problem with this skill if this was a 60-second charge. If this was a 60-second charge, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But I do have a problem with just how spammable it is. Just kind of let it... Like, I really do hate this, like, really common thing with a lot of 6-stars having really spammable S3s, but not... The power of the activation isn't any weaker. So it's just like, it's just kind of cringe. It's just spam. It's just go bullshit, murder everything. So I think overall I will give Bologna a +2. Which, I mean, that's... Yeah, I can imagine his S1 and his S2 being pretty fun. His S3 seems quite slop. But I do like his talents. I do like what his talents are trying to do. So +2 for a 6-star is still pretty positive. Yeah, I think I'm putting him alongside Mules's makes sense. Here's 50 masteries pre-charge to 25. Yeah, that I think I would be fine with. I think maybe you'd have to lessen the duration a little bit, but I'm fine with that. Definitely seems like a step in the right direction. I agree. But yeah, I don't like his S3, because it definitely gives the impression of just like, we need a skill so that people can just kill everything regardless of whether he's dueling or not. Because this isn't a duelist skill. You know what I mean? Which, again, they did the same thing with Chen, where they did this kill a thing move mechanic. But that doesn't serve a duelist. Like, this just makes him teleport around and kill everything. And it's like, that's not really what a fighter is meant to be doing. Like a swordmaster, sure. Fighter, no. Okay, I'm actually getting hungry. I think we'll do one more, and then we'll call it. So, we need one really awesome operator. Oh, no, we didn't even look at the other operators in the event. Never mind. Rate Shu. Not gonna lie, I think S2 is more slop than S3. Because the thing is that you can use his S2 as a duelist skill. You can't use his S3 as a duelist skill. I mean, you can, but... Actually... I mean, you can. Irene. I already rated Irene, and I'm sorry, Ghosty. I think Irene was just a flat 0. Does anyone remember what my Irene rating was? It was legitimately just a 0, I think. We literally just did a Frisia. She's on the tier list. Wasn't there another operator from this event? Where's the other one? Did this event only have 2 operators? That's weird. V. Oh, yeah, V. Wait, is V not from this event? Bone is Vigent. Oh, that's a Vigent. Okay. So this is the actual event? So wait. Because he's a welfare. So he's the welfare from the Vigent. However the fuck you say that. V is Coulter. Oh, absolute banger alert. Holy shit. If I start singing, I'm sorry. V is from Cal Alter Welfare. Okay. Oh, I thought he was from the same event as Bologna. Alright. Okay. So, V's whole gimmick is that he is a Mystic caster, but he stores 9 charges. When stored attacks... When stored attacks from this unit reaches 3, they are fused into a supercharge. So he just has 9 attack. He just stores 9 attack. Russian, not Italian. He is? He's a wolf. He's a horse? Man, I thought he was a wolf. Okay, so here's V's gimmick. He stores 9 charges. Is that really a gimmick? He's a horse, is he? Yeah, Karanta, he's a horse. He's a horse. So it's like, he he just stores nine charges. It's like, is that a gimmick? That's like if I had a protector who just had 10 block. You know what I mean? Like, is that a gimmick, or is that just they do the thing but significantly better than everyone else? It's like, I don't know how to like evaluate it, because on one hand it's like, okay, that's kind of fun and cool. On the other hand, that's not a gimmick, that's just you being literally the best Mystic caster at storing charges. He just stores 9 charges. They do nothing else though. Well, they do. They literally do. Beagle Altar will have 10 block. Enemies hit by attacks or stored energy will receive 90 arts damage per second every 5 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. Enemies hit by the super form will immediately take 3 stacks. So there's no difference. If he has max stacks, he does... If you hit them with the Orb of Doom, they will take 270 arts damage per second. He just inflicts you with the Orb of Doom. Enemies hit by... will not target enemies inflicted with the status. Okay, so let's say he has obtained Orb of Doom. He has obtained all 3 Orbs of Doom, and then you have an enemy in his range. Does he hit that enemy with all 3 Orbs of Doom? He should, but he only gets 3 stacks. And he won't target enemies inflicted by the status. Which means he stores attacks, which is... yeah. It's the thing where he attacks a thing, and then he doesn't attack them for a while, because they're taking that DOT. So then he can store up some extra charges, and then hit them again. Yeah, it's like Indigo. And Harmony. And Iris. Not Harmony. No, Harmony has it, yeah. Harmony and Iris. And all of the Mystic casters except Eben. No, Eben also has it, because he doesn't attack non-elites on his S3. So, yeah, no, just literally, this is every Mystic caster. Because I'm actually trying to think, like, could this be, like, a downside sometimes, where you're attacking an enemy, and V won't follow up on that attack? So I could imagine, and he... you know, what could happen is that if you have multiple targets in V's range, he won't store attacks. He'll hit one enemy, and then immediately change direction and hit another enemy, and then hit another enemy. Meaning that you will be actively punished against swarms. Like, V sucks against swarms. He's the worst against swarms. Because if you have, like, let's say 3 targets in V's range, he hits one, then he hits the next one, then he hits the next one. So none of them are dying. None of them are actually being dead. He's splitting up his damage in the most inefficient way possible. So his talent can actually be like a downside if you use him incorrectly. Which balances out for the fact. I mean, Mystic casters in general suck at Swarm. I would agree. The thing is that Iris's S2 does really good splash damage, and Indigo's S2 is ridiculous. So the thing is that there are multiple Mystic casters who do kind of actually work against multiple targets. This is like a strict downside. Like, his damage is nerfed if you're using him against Swarmed. This isn't like... Evan's S2 is fucking weird. I don't even know why it is the way that it is. It's weirdly like V's skill, but V's like entire talent is like Eben's S2, but fixed, because it doesn't do fucking splash damage. So no, like, V actually like really punishes you if you use him wrong, and I really like that. He's like the first Mystic caster to punish you if you use him wrong. Indigo's S3 kind of caps at like 3 though. That's the thing though. Versus V, who can't hit like 2 targets. So it's like, I'm not saying that Indigo is like an AoE caster. I'm saying that she doesn't actively punish you if you use her against swarms. This is an active punishment if you use him against swarms. So I think it's actually really good, and I do think that that kind of, it does balance out his 9 charges, because it makes getting to that 9 charge really hard. Because he doesn't kill any enemies, and he can't store charges. But against a single target, he's really, really good. Okay. Chat, are you seeing what I'm not seeing? I still say she's punished, but not as badly as V. No, the thing is that she isn't really punished. Like, yeah, you're not doing as much damage, but you're doing good damage to multiple targets. So it's like you. I don't really think it's a punishment. I think it's often more like a get out of jail free card sometimes. It's not efficient. But are you guys seeing? Are you guys not seeing what I'm not seeing? There's no attack range reduction. There's no attack range reduction. This is just. This lasts 18 seconds. Average welfare. No, Logo, you're not thinking about this. No. You guys aren't thinking about this. This doesn't have the exact. This is okay. So V is the first Mystic Caster who doesn't have the Mystic Caster S1, which is interesting, meaning that it's worse. However, this skill lasts 18 seconds and doesn't reduce his attack. Because the other Mystic Caster S1s, they do reduce damage. So you don't want those skills to be active when they unleash their full charges because you're punished. This lets you fully gain up his charges really, really quickly. And then he unleashes them without punishment. But because he doesn't have the range reduction, this skill does have upsides and downsides. This skill is better for getting to his 9 charges, but you can't use it in the same way that you use other Mystic Casters S1s, where there is a target in the range and you want to focus down you want to reduce their range so they can build up charges and not attack. Okay, I'm skipping this song because I hate that event. No, I'm not getting flashbacks. No. No, I skipped it for weeb shit. It's over. So, like, I know you say, oh, he has no S1. This seems really interesting. Holy weeb shit. This is weeb shit. This is really interesting, though. Like, there is some interesting nuance to it. Also, it auto-activates? Oh, it does. It does auto-activate. Wow, that is really interesting. Because against a single target, what's going to happen is that V is going to hit that target. They're going to take their DOT for 5 seconds. So then V has 5 seconds to build up a bunch of attacks and just unleash it on that enemy. Like, that's the idea. Against swarms, this skill sucks and does nothing. And just lets him spread out his damage even worse than he already is. This skill is kind of cool. I kind of like this skill. This is a cool skill. Because, yeah, it doesn't need to be manually activated. It's not a skill that you use in preparation. But against a single target, yeah, it's a huge burst of damage. Good synergy with his talent. Yeah, I like this. +1. Did I even give his rating? Because, okay, the 9 charges, I'm giving that a 0, because it depends on how he handles that. It could be good or bad, and so far it's good. I'll give this a +1, because I do think that that's... do I give this a +1? Because this is kind of just standard for what Mystic Casters do. I'll give this a 0, because again, it depends on how his skills handle it. This, I think, does it really well. This gets a +1. Awash with blood. Attack interval reduces slightly. After attacking or firing charges, attack plus 15%, attack plus 8. Stacks up 9 times. Firing transposing energy will immediately add 3 stacks for the remaining duration of this skill. This is a 6-star? This is a 6-star who doesn't immediately gain like plus 100 attack, plus 50 billion attack speed. Because the idea is that this is a payoff for having him at full charges. If you have him at full charges, you click this skill, and then he immediately uses all of his, like, super mega death balls. He uses all of his mega death balls, and then he immediately gains this insane attack boost. But if you don't have his mega death balls, the skill takes a while to get charged up. So this is a skill that rewards you really, really heavily for using it proactively and being really smart about how you use it and having full charges, which are pretty hard to get with V. The more charges you have, the stronger the skill is. I'm actually really impressed with the skill design. This is really fucking cool. Like, the skill gets stronger the more charges you had before activating it. That's so interesting and cool. If you have 6 charges, so if you have like 2 mega death balls, this skill only gets half of its benefit. If you have all 3 mega death balls, it gets its full benefit. That's really cool. That's so cool. In order to get the most out of its effect, coming to this place solely to pick up niche well, we're not even talking about operators that are in the game yet. I kind of want to give this a +2. This is, like, insanely well designed. I like that, yeah, if you activate it while he doesn't have any charges, it takes him a while to actually build up those stacks, and he'll most likely just run out the duration of the skill before he reaches those stacks. But if you're prepared beforehand, you can reach those stacks immediately. Now, this gets a +2. This is insanely cool. Holy fuck. Okay. Attack speed plus 180%. It's not a 6-star S3. What do you mean ammo? What do you mean ammo? What do you mean ammo? How is he shooting ammo? He's a caster. What ammo? I mean, I guess you could do the same. You could do the exact same thing with, say, the same thing about Blaze's S3. What do you mean ammo? What ammo is he shooting? Attack plus 180%. After firing a stored energy, it will ricochet to nearby enemies once. Prioritizing different targets. And deal 165% of attacker's arts damage. Transposing energy will ricochet 3 times instead. Skill activation grants 27 ammo. Ammo will only be consumed when firing a stored energy, transposing energy. It looks like consume 3 ammo. Okay. Oh. Okay, I was thinking, because this says after firing a stored energy, it ricochets and deals extra attack. I was worried because I'm like, oh, whenever he attacks, it ricochets, so now he's good against swarms. But no, it's only stored things. It's only stored attacks that get ricocheted. That's why. And if you have all 3... Okay. Only stored attacks ricochet. Okay, okay. So that means that if you have a bunch of swarms in range, none of them will ricochet. You have a bunch of enemies already in range and he has no stored attacks, then none of them will ricochet, so he sucks at AoE. But what I find this kind of interesting is that you can build up all of his charges, activate the skill, and maybe immediately deactivate it for better cycle once you've, like, used up all of the things. Like, the ammo actually does work with the skill because you can manually deactivate it when the skill no longer serves value. This is more like Indigo S2. Not really, because the thing is that Indigo hits multiple targets just naturally. He only hits multiple targets if he has stored attacks. This is kind of interesting. And yeah, the heavy attack speed boost, so if he is hitting a bunch of enemies in range, they're most likely going to be affected by his talent, so then he starts building up charges. Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, now that I think about it, this can just kind of be used against swarms. Because what'll happen is that because his attack speed boost is so high, he'll just every, like, enemy in, well, not too many swarms, but every enemy will be affected by his DOT, and then he'll start building up charges, then they ricochet. But I don't think it'll be that strong. I don't think it'll be that insane. I'll give this a +1. I do like this. This is a really cool concept. So yeah. Damn. Enemies hit by store text. Okay, sure. Okay, so +1, +2, +1. So +4? Wait. We have a 6-star that's overtaken... We have a 6-star that overtook Thumpy? No way. No way. No way. He overtook Thumpy. Insane. Insane! And he's a welfare! Average welfare 6-star W. Man. But see, I like it... Like, it's shit like this that proves to me that Hypergriff genuinely wants to make a good game. You know what I mean? When Hypergriff wants to make good when Hypergriff makes welfares, they cook. They cook so fucking hard. Yeah, he is Mixoperato. V is proof that Hypergriff loves their game. But they are forced to design slop because the community wants slop. Damn. Okay, what time is it? Dude, 4:27. Okay, we'll do one more 5-star and then I'm done. Because I need to eat food. We'll do one more 5-star because 5 stars are quick. First 5-star I see we do, if I haven't done it already. Ebonholes has a module that does AoE. Yeah, I think it's kind of silly. Botany. Okay, everyone wants botany. Okay. Okay. Every enemy inflicted with corrosion besides botany's attack speed. What? Every enemy inflicted with corrosion increases botany's attack speed by 7. Oh, I see. I thought it was like increasing their attack speed. Maximum 3 stacks. I have a feeling her S3 might attack 3 targets. I have a feeling. So this is meant to be the it's meant to be the kind of the same thing with Valarquivin's S2, or rather than Valarquivin's module, or rather than not targeting enemies affected, they instead gain like an extra benefit to make them not useless when attacking enemies affected by it. So that's fine. I give this a 0. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. It's not like this is in the case of like it's not the same case as like Thumpy, where it's here's a skill that rewards you for doing the thing. It's more like here's a skill that makes them useful when they're attacking the same target and not attacking other targets. With module and S3, M3 against single enemy, can we charge all 9 charges for attacking again, which is something people wanted from Mystic Casters? For V? No, they're talking about. Next attack deals 110% of attack is arts damage and 100% attack is corrosion. If an enemy has never been under the effect of corrosion, botany deals an additional 50% of attack is arts damage at 30. Okay. So she's bobbing. So she's bobbing. So is bobbing. Bobbing S1. Bobbing S1. It's just bobbing S1. It does more damage against enemies that haven't been affected yet. Okay, this is Bobbing's S1. Okay. I like Bobbing's S1, it's good. So this gets a +1 because it's literally just fucking Bobbing's S1. But rather than... This is Bobbing's S1, but they took his talent and put it in the skill. Okay, cool. +1, sure. Attack range expands. Holy fuck, chat. They added 6-star slop to our 5 stars. Attack range expands. Each attack attacks one more enemy and deals an additional 150% of attack physical damage. Physical damage. I mean, yeah. Yeah, okay, alright. And 65% of attack is corrosion. Enemies within Botany's range have their corrosion cooldown recovery rate increased by 25%. Man, they did the same thing with Thumpy. Like, I guess just all of them have this. What's the point of what? If every single corrosion, like, primal operator reduces their cooldown, why the fuck did they have the cooldown to begin with? Why not just make their cooldown slower? What? Not crackborn, though. I mean, that's true. Also, peak fucking music, by the way. I mean, I guess it doesn't reduce the cooldown on S1, so... Within the enemy... 150% attack is physical damage, 65% as corrosion. So it's Val's S2. 8-second cooldown for corrosion. Is that before or after? Does it become 6 seconds? No, because the whole thing with corrosion is that because its effect is permanent but small, you want to apply it a bunch of times. That's the idea. And so I think that's like the concept. It's like it's short because you want to apply it multiple times. Because it's only, what, 120 defense reduction? 120 defense, 8 seconds cooldown, yeah. So if Botany can apply corrosion twice in one skill cycle, that's probably going to be likely. And now you have a permanent minus 240. So it makes sense to me that it's... It makes sense to me that it's cheap. Like, I could even maybe expect... Because she does... I could even expect this to maybe proc 3 times in a single activation. Which, anything... I think that kind of makes corrosion... like, really interesting compared to the other elements, because it's not a buff that you really build up to. It's something that you want to spam multiple times, which I think is kind of cool. With, like, a permanent debuff. I mean, it's Bobbing's S1 and Velarquivin's S2. Like, it's the same skill, except it's more catered towards corrosion by doing physical damage. Yeah. It's also 5k elemental damage every time. Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, though, is that, yeah, you could say, like, spamming that could be a little absurd. I don't know, though. Because Necrosis does 13,000. And we haven't seen... We've only seen the appliers. Like, we haven't seen, like, the Primal Caster, or we haven't seen the, like, the Primal Guard yet. So I don't know how the payoffs are going to be going for this. How insane it's going to be. So she does elemental and physical and arts damage all in that skill. She doesn't do arts damage. And additionally deals 150% attack. I don't think she does arts damage. Unless... I don't think she does arts damage. Does she do just arts damage? Does she also do arts damage? Is it... She does 100... The order of the attack... Corrosion, additional physical damage, the normal arts damage of this attack. So she does like 100% of her attack as arts damage, and then 150% of attack is physical damage, and then 65%. She does 3 damage types at once. That's awesome. That's hilarious. Yeah, I think +2 overall. Which is, yeah, that's kind of what I expect. I feel like it's gonna be hard to find a 5-star that isn't a +2, you know what I mean? And then we have 2 5-stars that aren't +2s. Who cares? Just use, who cares about weakness damage? Just do them all true. Alright, that'll be it. I'm gonna save this, so next time we do SLOP or GEM, we can add more to our cool tier list. And everyone they don't need to ask me about operators we've already fucking done before. Like, chat, imagine in the future we're gonna have, like, such a cool tier list. So I think that'll be it. If anyone has any disagreements with my tier list, I don't give a shit. And go fuck off. So, yeah. Bye-bye, everyone. Hope you all have a good day. I'm gonna go eat some food, and I got work in some hours. Man! Most of the 6 stars we looked at today were peak, though. We looked at 3 good 6 stars, and then a mid 6 star and 2 bad. Damn. Alright, bye-bye, everyone. Hope you all have a good day. Make sure to like and subscribe. I think this